So, I had to buy this because it looked hella gross.
Oh no.
It is... It's
I
backwards.
love Blue Moon. Oh god, iced coffee?
Iced coffee beer.
Why would you take something I love like Belgium ale and ruin it with something I hate?
I bought a...
I feel about the same way.
I got the variety. You know, I've got a bunch of different random shit to try. And I'm like, this sounds so gross, I have to buy it.
I've done that. I'm not gonna lie.
Try it. I'd try it.
So I'll let y'all know with my gagging how bad this is. So last time, Liz is kind of spent from her day, so she might clock out early, which is
They're
fine.
making me do a terrible thing at work where they're making me do a week's worth of training so I can like cross cover a different department.
Ugh.
But here's the thing: the training classes start at 8 a.m., which my normal shift starts at 2 p.m. So
Oh my.
I had to shift my sleep schedule a full 6 hours
Yeah.
on about
Ugh.
2 days' notice, and I'm
Oh, that's
struggling real
doable.
hard.
That's doable.
That'll do it.
Not if you have a sleep disorder.
Come on, you're only miserable. Oh god, it even smells bad. I just opened it and I'm like 3 feet away, and it just smells awful.
So this is the beginning of his review channel.
It smells, yeah. Today on This Beer is Terrible, it smells like a mixture of coffee and beer. And
Belgium ale. Yeah.
that's gross. So,
I don't know what I expected.
yeah, I can't believe it's exactly what I paid for.
Like a coffee stout is good.
Yeah, I don't know
But
if you
a
saw.
coffee Belgian?
Iced coffee.
That's just not a good flavor.
Hold on. Do you have any oranges before you drink it? Because maybe
I don't.
Blue Moon.
I don't-
I think that would only make it worse.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
sure it would.
I'm all for the orange and the blue moon, but orange and coffee is...
It's like,
Okay, well,
what's
let
this
me-
flavor? Toothpaste and orange juice? Oh,
Yeah.
don't mind if I do.
Before I recap, let's see.
But since you opened it, you have to drink it. There are sober children in India.
This will be the before the show recap, or the
Yeah.
before the show clip.
Yeah, it tastes like beer and coffee.
No thanks.
So,
You can see the regret on his face.
Finish up, Rook.
it's like if you took Starbucks and poured like Miller Lite into it.
That's not good. You're just
I
fear
think I did
factoring it
that
now.
once in high school.
So anyway, last time, Slorth and I can't even think now. That's just like eliminated my brain power. Slorth and Francine Sundowner snuck along with Panda. Snuck into the Grand Hall with the hopes of rescuing the Lady Illustrial as well as Dadrios' father.
What's the name again, Dadrios?
Radlius.
Radlius, yeah. I was about to have to look. I know everything. I'm the DM. Shut up. It went better than expected, honestly. After Francine made her appearance and dodged some very dangerous attacks, she opened a gateway and drug Radlius through it, followed by a Mr. Friendly, unfortunately, where Slorth then attempted to free the Lady Illustrial, only to be caught in an anti-magic field by whatever this creature that inhabited the chamber is. Things didn't go great from there. He took some hit, took some status, but did manage to slip away with the lady enough to meld into the floor for a while. Say what?
It's a bit of a hole.
Oh yeah, bit of a hole in his chest now.
You know, Slorth, I think we have matching scars now, because that's where I got hit by that lizard lich in the same way.
Yeah?
Nice.
We'll have matching scars.
Yeah, you probably do, actually.
I'm in the club.
I'm gonna be able to doing a lot of cringing until I get through this bottle.
Maybe water it down with more beer.
I might.
Get the coffee taste out.
Ugh. Why would you do this?
I was gonna ask, like, who is that for? What's the target audience?
Oh, hold on. Look at this. I don't know if you can read this.
No.
But it says made with decaf coffee beans.
Like,
So
what's
who's
even
that
the
for?
point?
You don't even get the.
For?
So
It may
it's-
as well be O'Doul's and decaf coffee. You're not
like
getting the benefit of anything.
I was thinking, at least I'll get some caffeine out of it. No, decaf. So it's literally just there for the flavor. Anyway,
Thanks, Four Loco.
yeah.
I miss Four Loko.
Through some clever communication, the party managed to discover that Slorth was still alive until he finally managed to slip away back into the water system and return back to the party. After some discussion, you all decided the best move from here would be to try to evacuate the rest of the citizens. Oh, it's so gassy, too. The
I
rest
bet
of
that burp tastes yummy.
There might be some complaining tonight.
I hope
and-
you didn't buy a whole 6-pack of that.
No. I bought a mix. I got 6 different kinds of beers here to try.
Oh, good.
But I wanted
Probably
this
the only
one
way
to
it
be.
sells now.
I wanted this one to be up front because it deserved. Because I knew how bad it would be.
It was the most questionable one.
After throwing some distractions into the tunnel to try to lure the giant worm away. Not sure if it helped or not, but you did manage to go through the tunnel with everyone. Some good sneaking, some bad sneaking, but did manage to slip through without alerting the worm to your presence and escape out of the city, where you're now kind of standing in that canyon again after making it through the hole in the barrier. I want, starting right off the bat, everyone give me a perception check.
Oh, got it.
Hang on.
I don't think there'd be dice rolling in this.
Yep.
Me
Oh,
neither. I was laying down.
Ugh.
How much is left? Half.
Not even past the first sticker.
I might be chugging this a little bit.
It's Fear Factor, man.
Ugh. Ashley.
Wait, was I was
Oh yeah, you're
a wolf,
a
right?
something. Yeah, I think you're a wolf. That sounds right.
This is sight based or
yeah,
sound.
No. Well, I'll allow sound because you can. It's something you could hear too.
All right, then I'll get my second roll.
Yeah, go for it.
There we go. 20.
Cool.
15.
Okay. God. Dadrios and I apologize. Dadrios and Dadrios, you kind of see this, and Slorth, you hear this, and then kind of look up. You hear a boom. You kind of look up, look towards the sound. Dadrios, you glance up at a bit of movement above you, and you see a raven flying towards the dome, but not like flying, like limp in the air, just soaring towards it, and it just boom into the side of the dome. A few seconds later, boom. See another one hit and just kind of stick there.
That's not good.
Boom. Another one hits.
Yeah, definitely.
How many people?
You go.
How many people do we have with us?
You've got about 18 people outside of your group of paladins and civilians.
Okay.
Boom.
All right.
I'm gonna nudge Estrella and the closest paladin and kind of seeing that.
Kind of look up, and as y'all kind of point this out, everyone kind of starts looking up, and another one, 2 more, 3
and
more.
You said, are they sticking to the barrier, or are they hitting it and falling down?
They are sticking to the barrier, and they're not flying into it. It looks like, and
Somebody clicked and dragged them into it.
basically, yeah. And as you you've seen a lot of these ravens too that are kind of just like dead, and they look like they've been reanimated in some way. These look like healthy birds.
Oh,
Boom. Another one flies and sticks to it.
Yeah, maybe that's how they get them.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Just
that's one way.
They've
Windex
turned on the Raven
barrier.
magnet or whatever. I think we should get
Ah.
going.
It got my bird, so
Yeah, I think so too. I think we should just leave.
Boom.
Yeah.
all right.
Boom.
I asked the dwarf, how do we usually get out of this ravine? Like, what's the usual way?
We got a ladder. Well, it's not really a ladder. It's kind of like a stair thing. I carved it. Come this way, and he kind of leads you to the other side, and there's a slight cliff hang that kind of blocks your view from the bridge, and you can see very subtle but definitive like holes made in the rock that you can kind of put your hands and feet on and go up through. It's like, I've been kind of leading them up through this way.
All right.
Boom, 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 boom. Seems to be increasing.
Are they actually making like a beat?
Dum, da, boom, boom, dum, boom, boom, boom.
All right. I announced that I gotta go check this out, or I gotta go scout for something, but I don't want to be in the sky. So I turn into a giant wolf spider and haul
No.
ass up the ledge.
Okay, easy enough. Are you just scouting out, or what are you doing?
I need to know where the nearest tree is.
Okay, I'm not going to make you roll there. There's a tree probably about 60 feet from where you are is where the kind of starting of a little beginning of a forest starts.
Is there anything between the top of the ledge and that?
Just open ground.
All right. I make way for the tree. Do any of the dead birds seem to be? I'm saying I'm gonna go ahead and stealth to get over there.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Giant wolf spiders are apparently reasonably stealthy.
Yeah, you're silently. What are the rest of y'all doing?
Waiting.
Well, I'm gonna ask: should we start getting people up the stairs, or should we wait till we get a report?
I mean, he might want to turn his staff into a tree or something down here, so we're less noticed. Like, we don't know what his plan is.
Yeah. Well.
All right. Do I get over there? Okay.
Yes, you're able to sneak on over, and nothing seems to jump you
All
out
right.
or anything.
I head back and do my little spider.
Those of you looking up see a big spider lean over the ledge and do this motion with a
Okay.
leg.
Little charades for a
I guess-
tree.
I guess we're going.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
First
will call-
word, 2 syllables.
I'll climb up the ladder and then, like, stand at the top with my bow and arrow ready.
Okay.
While everybody else goes up.
Okay.
I think we should let the civilians go first in case something tries to chase us out.
I pop out a dwarf form and say everyone
Yeah,
needs to be at the tree at the same time.
I mean, it's too late. I'm at the top of the ladder. I've gone.
Oh, I know. I'm saying we all need to be there like ASAP at the tree.
Yeah, Slorth and Rygnerik are at the top of the cliff at the little cliff ladder. The tree's about 60 feet back from y'all. Everyone else.
I told people to follow me. I assume that the civilians
Yeah,
are
yeah,
on
we
the
weren't-
heels.
Yeah, I'm standing at the bottom, like kind of ushering, helping people up.
Okay. Yeah.
You'll run the back of the caboose.
Yeah.
In fact, all the paladins kind of like line up on either side of this little makeway and start kind of helping the civilians and talking to the ones that maybe aren't as good climbers and the kids and stuff.
How high is this cliff again?
About 50 feet, 50, 60 feet.
Okay.
Do y'all want to help the civilians or the children or anything, or just let them do
Is
it?
there anything? Is there anything at the top that, like, is it just bare cliff or
Pretty much bare cliff. What do you
anything
wanna
I
do?
could like tie a rope to?
Make a perception
Sure.
check.
help them.
Fine.
Give me perception. See if you can find anything looks rope friendly.
20.
Okay. Pretty smooth on both sides. Like the closest thing is probably that tree about 60 feet back. There's there's a few lumps of rocks, but you're not sure if you could if it would slip off over the top.
While they're looking at that, I'm going to look at those birds that hit the wall.
Okay.
The ravens, and see what they're doing.
So you kind of look right across the canyon, and you can see a healthy one pinned right there. And it looks kind of splattered and injured from the impact. Still alive, just kind of writhing back around and trying to, get off the wall and can't seem to.
That's unfortunate. Okay, but they're not, dying and starting to reambulate.
They just seem to be sticking to it. In fact, as you look at the wall, where, as you know this barrier to be invisible, you can actually see a greenish tint seems to be over the whole barrier now. You can actually see it a little bit.
All right, we need to hurry up. I think they're they're coming.
Smush get up the wall?
How are you going to get them up there?
Yeah. He can climb.
I mean, we could drop the rope down
I don't have thumbs.
pull them up.
Well, and I'll just put them over my shoulders and carry them up. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can shove them in a bag holding for a minute.
He will not fit.
Is there a paladin beefy enough that can carry my mastiff with one arm and climb with the other?
Dadrios, as you kind of piggyback this dog, make a strength check for me. And Aisling, you make a strength check for Sir Smush to hang on.
It's not terrible.
I'm going to inspire you. Okay. And
I'll allow it.
You need to use it for this check, though.
So add a D8.
The Song of
or is it a
Inspiration
10
is
now?
specifically inspiration of dog carrying.
What is your inspiration die? Is it 8 or 10 at this point, Aisling?
Let me see. Ugh.
It's a D8, should be, I think.
Yeah,
Why can't I find it?
Under features and
10.
traits, it is now a D10. Yeah, I thought it might have gone up to that level. Yeah, so add a D10 to that. Nice. So 23, 4? I can't math.
23.
Yeah. Okay. And Aisling, roll for Sir Smush. Give me a strength check.
14.
Okay. So you feel like this would be kind of a hard climb, Dadrios, with a dog on your back, but you feel these inspiring words really kind of push through you. And even when you feel about halfway up, you feel Sir Smush start to slip a little. You're able to one-hand it and grab him and kind of reposition him and get him reestablished again and make it the rest of the way up successfully with him.
He's part of the team, goddammit. He's coming up.
I'm very grateful.
This is your Samwise Frodo moment. I'm taking you with me, Mr. Smush. Throw him over the shoulder.
Perfect.
There it is.
Just
there
like
you go.
that.
Perfect.
And thankfully, Sir Smush is awakened, so you don't have a panicked dog on your back. He understands what's going on. I'm gonna have...
We've come a long way. I'm figuring out how to get dogs over walls.
I'm still traumatized from my previous character about that wall.
So, Dadrios, Sir Smush, and Slorth and Rygnerik are up top now. Tickers is going to go next.
I thought Dadrios was at the end.
Until I carried him up.
Yeah, he just went up with Sir Smush. Tickers is going to try. Tickers makes it about halfway up and falls straight back. Tickers is
do
falling.
we see him start to slip?
If you're looking over the edge.
Yeah, if he's halfway up, she should be able to reach him with Featherfall.
Yeah. Okay, so he kind of boom.
All right. I like do a big sigh, then I just fall over the edge. That's what y'all see.
Okay, Slorth is now.
Dadrios, do you want to help me pull him up?
You see Slorth fall, then turn into a giant eagle,
Okay.
get tickers, and start hauling whoever's going slow up.
Okay. That's fine. I'll say we don't have to spend too long on this. I'll say between the paladins helping and some magic rope and an eagle, you're able to successfully get the rest of the party and all the civilians and stuff up to the top.
To the top or to the tree?
To the top. I mean, you can then proceed to the tree with everyone if you
Okay,
want.
well, they need to, as soon as they get to the top, they're being directed to go to the tree and quickly.
Okay. They're making a lot of noise. Whoever's keeping a lookout, give me a perception check.
I'll help.
Okay.
9.
Looks fine. It's probably fine. Yeah,
16.
Looks fine. So after...
Search Smush is gonna help too.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, 15.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, 18.
Dadrios, as you're kind of keeping watch, you glance back towards the bridge, and you don't see any guards there.
Okay, I'll whisper that note kind of to I guess Slorth, Rygnerik, and Asling.
Okay.
I also asked Astray if that's normal.
God, this beer is awful. It's making me burp so much. Sorry. She kind of looks at you and she's like, as far as we know, there's always been a guard posted there. So it's boom, boom, boom.
Are the guards anywhere between the bridge and the tree?
None of y'all see them anywhere.
All right, are we all at the tree yet?
I'd say about, yeah, everyone's kind of gathered around the tree at this point in time.
All right, pop out of eagle form and be like, all right, I'm going to touch this tree and say some shit. As soon as I do, you run through it. Do you understand? Everybody at once. Do not wait. You will go as soon as I go. Savvy?
You get
Thumbs
kind of a nod from the group, and everyone kind of like, the kids like get down on their hands in like a track starting position.
It's beautiful. All right. Throw my hands in the air. Eyes turn white. Put my hands on the tree and start chanting something. And I cast Transport via Plants
Nice.
on the tree. And as I do it, the tree starts to glow and like a little faint doorway or opening shows. And I dart through it and I say, come on with me!
Okay.
I jump through it.
Where are you putting the other end of this?
If all goes right, we're going to appear in my old hotel room inside the Silver City.
Okay.
As that fucker was one big tree, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no, I'll allow it. So you all...
Maybe the sauna? No, not the sauna. I'd say above the bed. Somewhere comfy.
Okay.
What happens if somebody else is in this hotel room?
Well, I imagine that's going to be part of the funny.
So...
Maybe like the mayor and his mistress or something.
I'm trying to think how much time has passed since y'all left.
I bought this room for them?
Yeah,
No.
it's been a couple days. Okay.
Like 2 or 3.
Yep.
At least.
So you all, all of y'all and all these people just all managed to pile through. How long does it stay open for?
It stays open for one exact round.
So 6 seconds?
Yeah. Everyone's holding their movement to run through at once.
Okay. Alright. You're lucky I rolled well. Because that's a lot of people. That's, 18 plus your whole group.
It's a big
but
tree.
thankfully, it's a big enough tree, and you're able to open a big enough opening on the other side. Right as the last, because the paladins kind of held back and let the civilians go first. Right as the last paladin goes through it, and just like almost grazes his foot as he falls through onto the bed. And everyone goes through. Everyone kind of runs through, boom, and kind of off the bed, just boom, 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 boom. And you all end up in this now very cramped but nice hotel room. In the corner,
I come out like knuckled up, ready to go. Like flesh trees. No. Oh shit, we made it.
In the corner, in a bathrobe, I'm sorry, a towel. You see a very, very frightened looking elf just pressed against the wall. Whoa, what is going on?
I get up, dust myself off. Oh, man, they really need to check the plumbing here. Good day.
He's like, he reaches over and he's like frantically hitting the little panel, like beating it.
The panic button.
The little room service panel. Just...
I look at Alestral, I'm like, oh wait, is she still out?
She is still unconscious, yes.
Alright.
I assume somebody carried her through the threshold.
she's dangling at the bottom.
Oh, she's at the cliff still.
At the bottom of the cliff.
What'd you say?
Does this guy see her and like say anything?
He is full panic mode, and you can hear him responding to a spell in his head, going, "A whole bunch of people just came into my room. They're all in here. I don't know what's going on. One lady's down. There's a bunch of people in armor. There's a lizard. There's a dog. Would just frantically talking."
Thank you. I'm a master.
Yeah,
I have a name.
Bounty.
Say what?
We're here for your bounty.
You didn't pay your tab downstairs.
Oh God, they know. No. As the paladins and everyone's kind of picking themselves up off the floor and brushing themselves off and adjusting, there is suddenly a heavy knock at the door, followed immediately by the door open, and
come here.
5 guards flood into the room, weapons ready, pointing at y'all. Just like,
and I'm like, ta-da! The prestige. She needs medical attention.
What are you all doing in this room? How did you get here?
Do you recognize her?
You point at the
Look what we
lady.
found.
Yes.
Is this your card?
Rygnerik, I'm gonna have you make a persuasion check just because they're on such high alert, to see if you can direct their attention
To the lady clad in silver.
Can I make the persuasion check?
No, because Rygnerik was talking, but I'll let him roll with advantage, just from your adjacent charmingness.
Oh, 14.
Well, okay. So there are 3 knights in heavy armor with spears, and 2 other soldier-looking guards in robes, and you can see one of them's got fire in between their hands, just ready, and another one's fingers are crackling. And they all kind of stop.
This room is. What were they expecting to go down?
Not this.
Sounds like they're gonna burn the place from the inside if they're doing fire.
Fire bad, guys.
Show is a
They
lot
put the
too.
intruders
Hold
out.
on. I snuff out his fire with Druidcraft. No. We don't use fire on plants.
Do you do that?
If they look like they're calming down and realizing who she is.
Well, I was going to get to that, but if you're snuffing out the fire, then something else might happen.
No.
Okay. So
got a shitload more
definitely
health
on
now.
high alert. They kind of, luckily these guards aren't they're well trained. They know even if they come in guns blazing, they'll assess the situation first. And upon saying that, they'll kind of look over and they see the lady being kind of propped up on the bed, and it gets an immediate reaction out of all of them, and even the elf in the room is like, kind of surprised. And the guard who was speaking goes, "Step away from the lady! Step away from her!" And they start advancing forward.
Hey, we brought her here, man. What's the guard chick who we were cool with that got us these rooms? The lady, what's her name again?
Karma is her name.
I said, Karma, get her here. She needs medical attention. Quickly. Come on.
One of the no, they're gonna ignore you, and they're telling you to step away from the guard, from the lady.
I roll my eyes.
Yeah, honestly, we got her here. If we just kind of do what they say,
You
wouldn't that be
basically just appeared in front of some police officers with the president of the United States, who's been missing for 6 months.
You're welcome.
Their primary concern is Mr. President here.
I go and I hop in the sauna, or in the little jacuzzi, and it's like, oh, it's been a bullshit day.
But the other paladins kind of back off, and the citizens are just like, nope, we're good, back off. And everyone kind of clears a path as these 5 guards surround the lady.
Come on in, everybody. The water's nice.
And you can see the 2 magic users immediately move over her while the others kind of surround her. And they start casting what you recognize as healing magic, and they cast it on her, and they kind of look, and they kind of like check her breathing and stuff. And one of them looks up at just whoever's closest, probably Dadrios.
I was gonna say I'll step forward and be like, I'll answer any questions y'all have.
And from the back, you hear like, "Oh, healing magic. Yeah, I didn't try that already."
A man in a robe looks up at Dadrios, like, what? Like, doesn't even form words. Like, has no idea what's going on.
I'll slowly put my hand on his shoulder, be like, I'll explain.
Wait, why are we wasting time? We should be getting her to a hospital or something.
I assume they're calling for someone. I would hope.
Is that doctor in the house?
But basically, I'll explain to them everything that Slorth explained to us, and that
Done.
And how I'll explain to them everything Slorth told us, how bad the beer tasted. They're
like
all that
into
stuff.
a squid through the system.
Yeah.
And you see like two hands come up, or a hand come up. Yo.
Dadrios, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
So I say, yeah, we got the evidence.
Yeah, they're inclined to believe you, but you did just tell them some crazy shit. So,
and I'm also trying to be as non-intimidating as possible. But you said persuasion? Okay.
With the flaming sword and ice sword of death, or ice axe of death.
It's not on fire right now.
So, oh god, so bad. So, you can tell by the kind of look in their eyes that they obviously don't believe you, but they do believe that you somehow showed up with the lady, and so, like, they assume you're bullshitting or at least embellishing the story, but they don't
seem a little better. But
yeah, they don't seem too concerned with the details at the moment.
Slorth walks up with his arms crossed and his hair inside a towel, like wrapped up like a little ice cream cone, and a little towel around his waist. Still wearing his stinky armor. It's wet now, so it's really just like it's like hot and wet.
A few of the paladins move away from you.
Yeah, so he's just like there with the towel around his head. So he was like, "So are we good? Can we go now? Or do I got to turn into a squid?"
The kind of the armored guard that was still talking was like, you and you, get her to the sisters immediately. And they immediately pick her up and just muscle her out of the room away from y'all. And he's like, no one else leaves this room.
The poor guy we're in here with, he's in the group now.
Yeah, he's like, but wait, no. He's like, get over there. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, he totally just got lumped in with y'all.
You get for snitching.
Yeah, so I go up to him, I'm like, all right, motherfucker, we need to get our story straight, so listen up.
Okay.
You were with us the whole time.
Go for it, Ashley.
Can I wave everybody down as the charming person of the group?
What are you trying to do? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm trying to be the one that talks to the cops.
Okay. So,
the rich girl.
The 4 out of the 5 immediately take the lady out of the room and are gone. The last one, who's been speaking, kind of backs up to the door and blocks the door and just kind of puts his shield down and just kind of looks around at y'all. Like,
I'm putting cucumbers in my eyes.
Wait a second. Did they just kidnap the lady we were supposed to be saving? Like, how do we know these are the good guys?
Make an insight check.
Yeah, that's my only good roll of the night.
If nothing else, their armor matches the armor of Karma and the other guards you initially saw.
I was like, while we're here... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, never mind.
Oh, because they're all gone?
There's the one still there guarding the door.
You got to admit he's pretty brave to be like single-handedly trying to
Is
arrest.
he cute?
So I introduced myself
Mm-hmm.
and I explained that we were tasked with rescuing her,
Okay.
and we did that. I tell him I'm going to spare him the details of how we rescued her, but we did get back via a plant portal. Hence, showing up in the hotel room.
I'm not even gonna make you roll persuasion because there's no point because you're just the most persuasive thing in the world.
So dang cute.
You can see him kind of nodding along, and he seems to believe you at least. He's like, okay, well, when the guard captain gets here, tell her all that. But until then, till she tells me what to do, everyone just stay here.
Could we
Who's
get
the
some?
guard
What was the
captain?
captain's name?
Say
What
what?
was her name again?
You've never met the guard captain.
Oh, this is someone different.
Yeah, this is you don't know who this is.
I say, all right, and I thank him for his service, and
Thank you
I
for
give
your
everybody else a look. That
like
they
he's
should
like
just...
he's a veteran.
Fought
We
so
don't know
bravely
his
for
story.
us.
He could be.
Can he be one? Ooh, can he be a veteran, please?
Sure.
I mean, I thank him for his service to the city.
Yeah, so like,
And
hey,
To the hotel.
I give. He's a cop, right? Like he's a guard,
He's a guard.
not a. He's like a city guard, not a security guard, right?
Yeah,
Security
these are
jacket.
these are the unkillable MMO guards who catch you when you're stealing.
I'm gonna be like, hey, these children have been literally starving for weeks. Can we like at least order them some room service or something?
They've been living off shoelace soup and good berries. Could you,
He kind of leans over and like really for the first time kind of assesses who everyone is in the room and can see like a lot of them look like crap, and it's kind of like you, and he points to
don't
them.
worry, the little ones.
Go ahead.
The little ones aren't assassins. Don't worry.
But he kind of touches the panel on the wall. He's like, bring enough food for, I don't know, like 30 people. And
Well, he's got a heart.
The chef's gonna have a great day.
Or they're gonna bring
luckily,
a bunch of salad or whatever, and the kids gonna be like, I don't want this.
luckily, y'all crashed in a city has a lot of druids in it and a lot of magic, and so this probably isn't the craziest shit they've ever seen. Maybe there's Ashling. There she is. This probably isn't the craziest shit they've ever seen, but it was definitely a surprise. So, but about 15 minutes later, there's a knock on the door, and the guard kind of steps to the side, and several very confused, kind of but polite-looking elves bring in just platter after platter of just meats and cheeses and like a whole turkey and just a whole bunch of food, and kind of present it. And the kids just kind of dig in, and the adults are a little more polite, but even the paladins are kind of like, they're all pretty
Those
hungry.
kids are gonna puke that right up.
Probably.
After Rygnerik makes the order for food, before the food gets here,
Mhm.
can I do something?
Sure.
Kind of might get us in trouble, but I think it's worth it. I kind of want a
Please
tree
don't.
stride. Like, whoops, I fell off the bed. Whoop, tree stride down. I wanted to see if I could find karma to expedite this.
I
Faster.
shoot you a glare that very clearly says, please just be patient and cooperate instead of making this worse.
She sees Slorth like plotting something. She's like,
Don't.
fine.
I know that beard stroke. Okay.
Can I scry on karma?
You can try.
Takes 10 minutes. The food will get here.
So you are you going to try to scry?
Yeah, I'll do it on the sauna water instead of the mirror.
So as soon as you start to do something that looks like magic, the guard kind of ports his spear at you and goes, no magic, no magic. Just
I got like the scented oils
yeah.
from like next to the tub, and I'm like, but I'm making the tub nice.
You wait till the guard captain gets here. It takes probably about 45 minutes if no one else is trying to get, in trouble.
While we're waiting, can I have my cloak and stuff back?
Ah, man, it's all soggy now, and it's gonna need a washing.
It smells super bad.
It actually negates the invisibility.
It smells like dead troll, yeah. Like
Yeah.
rotting troll flesh.
There, it was stinking up my chest plate. And here's your amulet. Thank you.
I'm gonna spend the whole 45 minutes, like, patting the cloak, like, it's okay. I'll never do that to you again.
Strawberry.
Something-
Washing it in a basin.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So yeah, after about 45, 50 minutes, the door behind... There's no knock. The door behind the guard just opens. And...
I flirt with the cop the whole time.
Okay. He's definitely committed to his job, but does seem to be taking a shine to you, for sure.
Does Dadrios' sister look kind of like, aw?
She's okay.
Oh, hey, y'all got
I'm not gonna fuck the cop. I'm just killing time.
I was about to say, hey, y'all got a night ahead of you, right? What was the promise again? We get out of this
Yeah.
alive? Maybe you should book a room.
She did say she would let you buy her a drink, but she also said after you defeated or kind of fixed the problem, so you might have to work a little harder for your drink.
I mean, survivor's safe. You're welcome.
She is appreciative. But the door opens and a very tall, not like beefy, but definitely, you can tell just from her posture, this is a well-toned elf woman walks in. And just by herself and peeking through the door, you can see two guards flaking the door on the outside. She walks in, kind of looks at everyone. All right. Who's talking?
I lower my head and point at Aisling.
She looks at Aisling, makes
Yep.
like
I'm like,
at her.
oh.
Am I being detained?
Know my rights.
You step up.
So
She kind of.
I greet her as respectfully as I can muster. I introduce myself
So
again.
much better.
I explain we're the ones that were tasked with rescuing what's her face?
Illustrial.
Just to
That's
clarify, do you say her name or do you say what's her face?
I in character I'm sure I remember her name.
Okay, no, I know. You can say her name in character, Lady Illustrial. I'm just curious if
Okay.
Aisling said what's her face.
No,
Because it's something she might do.
and I explained that she was being held in whatever that city.
Citadel Felbar.
She said
Yes.
confidently.
Yeah.
Very confidently.
Aisling's charming enough, even if she didn't know something, she could probably bullshit her way through anyway.
We rescued her. We brought her here. We showed up in the middle of this tree because we used... God, what was that spell called? Plant
Transfer
Plant
via
portal
plants.
to get here. And we also brought refugees. That's the whole story.
Okay. Just for grins, make a persuasion check.
I was a squid.
32.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
That'll do it.
See why I didn't make her roll earlier. But yeah, the whole time you're talking, she doesn't say anything, she doesn't interrupt, she doesn't nod, she just has her eyes locked on you, listening. And then when you finish up, she kind of scans you up and down, looks over at the other soldiers, seems to believe you. She goes, "Did you come across our soldiers while you were there? There should have been 6 knights dressed like," she kind of gestures the knight that's still standing by the door. Do you not know?
Did we come across any of them?
I don't think we did.
Not in the
I mean-
city.
Did we come across
Did-
somewhere
Oh,
else?
did we
I
find
feel
some
like we
bodies on the way
technically
there?
did.
We're asking the DM.
You recall that Karma had mentioned that 6 soldiers had teleported inside the citadel, and were not heard from after that.
And then,
Oh.
do y'all remember in Farplane there were 6 of those flesh spiders?
Ah, yeah.
Oh no. I spare her the gruesome details
Mhm.
and tell her we did find their bodies and we gave them a proper burial.
She nods. Okay, well, we appreciate that. Later, get with me, and we'd like to recover the bodies and bring them back here. But we do appreciate the effort you've made towards them.
They're not on this realm.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have to find 6 randoms to kill and replace the bodies, guys.
It's a problem for later us.
Can we borrow 6 sets of armor? No reason.
That's how it starts. We burnt them.
She kind of does like a quick head count of everyone here. She's like, the armored ones are, and she kind of looks at Dadrios for a sec and looks at the holy symbols. What is like, oh, you're a paladin of Felbar. The Saraviv, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
We assumed all of you were wiped out. It's good to see that some of you are still here with us. We can set up the civilians in this hotel for now, and work out. Is this all the civilians? Is there no one left in the city?
In the city, no, but I believe there's quite a few that we sent to Sunderbar. That we
You see her kind of like when you say
Yeah.
Sundabar, and she's
Yeah.
like, okay, that's difficult, but good to know. We
Yeah.
will begin negotiating getting them back.
If I extend my hand for a thank you handshake, does she respond?
Yeah,
or
she absolutely reaches out, and she's got a firm ass grip, and she kind of like, we appreciate you bringing the lady back. Do you know what she can't be? Our clerics immediately tried to revive her and are unable. Do you know what afflicts her? Why she can't be woken?
I'll point
Scribe.
to Slorth and the sauna.
She kind
that
of
he
looks
can
over to
actually probably
Slorth and
explain.
kind of looks Slorth up and down, but just like, I've seen weirder.
I pop out the cucumbers and I get up and I start dusting off my shit plate. And I'll be like, okay, so she was chained to this pillar. There was a giant, a semi-ethereal spider that had, was it like a talon or was it like
It was like a
what was
spiked foot kind of thing.
had a spiked foot driven through her / into her, and it's been draining her magical essence. It continues to drain her magical essence. If your clerics would cast Identify, they would probably see the energy being suckled away from her. I'd imagine it's going to take more than just a dispel, maybe a remove curse or something to get to end this.
She nods.
I think we already tried to spell, if I remember.
Maybe a greater
We tried to
restoration,
spell magic.
Yeah.
greater restoration or something.
We also tried to spell magic, and I felt like somebody casting it at a higher level than I'm capable of, it may have worked.
She kind of nods. You will. 2 of the sisters are in the city right now. She's been placed in their care. If you all would not mind, I'm sure they would appreciate your expertise on the matter. As I'm going to be honest here, you're the first people to come out of the Citadel we've seen. As the Lady Illustrial is in charge of the city here, but with her gone, 2 of her sisters have been filling in. If you would go speak to them, they would...
Could you?
Sure.
Could you have Karma join us as well? She's the one who made us aware of your Illustrial's situation.
She
I
kind of
think she
thinks
would
for a
like to
sec.
know-
She's like, Karma. Oh, yes, I know Karma. She kind of leans out the door to one of the guards and says a few things to him, and kind of leans back in. She'll meet us there by the sisters. I've summoned for her.
Point back at the guy whose room we took. He was stealing you silverware and towels when we
What?
got here. Just so you know.
She kind of
I elbow
narrows her
Okay,
eyes at the guy,
fine,
and she's
fine.
like,
Shit.
You shouldn't adventure in a towel. That's bad. It's no protection. He's like, I just wanted a nice day. in the spa
As I slide silverware into my pocket.
Make a sleight of hand check.
No, I wouldn't even touch the stuff. I ate with my hands.
Okay. So she lets you all know that, and she kind of she does a little back and forth, and she summons some hotel staff too, and makes arrangement for all every single person here. Even if she's like, I don't care if you have to butt people out of their rooms. Those rich asses, they can find another room for the night. These people need it more. Make room for them, and just like throwing orders to the hotel staff.
What was her name?
You never asked her name.
Well, I'm gonna ask her name.
Okay. She tells you her name is.
I've just been calling her Stacked Mommy Biceps.
Yeah. Her name is Triss Greyborn. T-R-I-S.
I ask Dadrios' sister. I'm like, you gonna stay with your folk, or you gonna join us with the sisters?
I think I'm gonna stick with Dadrios for now. She kind of looks at Dadrios. She's like, if that's all right with you, little bro.
No.
So arrangements are made for both the civilians and the paladins who insist on sticking by the civilians anyway. And they all get kind of rooms set up. And you can tell from the expression of the employees that they're like, okay, we don't normally take orders from guards, but we're not going to question the guards, so we'll just do whatever they say, I guess. And eventually, looks like someone with more authority comes over and is like, yeah, just do whatever they say. It's fine.
Once they see Ashling, she rocked out at that place.
Yeah, actually, the woman that comes over does recognize Ashling and is like, oh, are you doing another performance tonight?
I tell her I'll think about it and wink.
Okay, well, you are welcome here whenever, and that job offer still stands. But after it's been about an hour and a half making arrangements and getting everyone stepped up, and y'all all kind of, look over any wounds and with the help of the guards. Go ahead.
During that, can somebody remind where did we end up with, like, figuring out what's going on with Frankie? Did you scry Dadrios' dad?
You have not heard from Frankie yet. No one's scryed on her.
I tempted
She'll figure it out. We'll run into her again.
I attempted to, but you said I didn't get anything from it.
You attempted to, and when you did it, she was not on the same plane as you.
Ah.
So she.
Well.
Make an Arcana check.
Well,
actually, Slorth, you don't have to. In fact, you recognize the spell because you've seen it once before. She had cast Gate, which makes a gateway to another plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was just on whatever side of that when you tried to scry on her.
All right. Well, if I get 10 minutes now that I'm not being guarded, pointing spears at me, I'd like to try to scry on her again with my little owl.
Yeah. The guards have definitely no longer seemed to be viewing you as a threat, and is now more on your side than anything. So nobody stops you.
Well, I guess I'll do this on the carriage ride to wherever we're going to meet the sisters.
Okay. So eventually, after everyone's set up, the party as well as Dadrios' sister make their way downstairs, and the Triss orders for a carriage to be brought in order to take y'all to the capital. You get a larger carriage, and as the party loads up, you can hear Triss turn to the driver, and she's like, "And don't do any of that slow prancing crap. We need to get there." And he's like,
Please say it's the same driver as before.
It is a different driver, unfortunately.
Damn it! You could have made it the same one. You have control. It's your world.
I know, but it's, based on time and his shift, it's not the same guy.
Fine.
But everyone kind of piles in. It's a little cramped in the carriage with all, 9 or however many of y'all. It's 4 plus 3.
A panda bear.
Another one. Panda's unsummoned at the moment, unless you
Yeah.
brought him back. He got a big hole through the face, unfortunately. But you're all able to kind of squeeze in, a little uncomfortably, but in there. The
Do
carriage.
we need to take Tickers and Smush and Cantros with us?
Up to y'all.
You know me, I'm never for splitting the party.
Yeah, like the one time we decided not to take them is going to be the time where they're like, oh, we should open a gate right here and now and go somewhere else.
Well, for all we know, the city might be under siege soon. So
By
I'd
ravens.
say keep them close to us.
Also, Austin, in typical fashion, we're going to recruit all 18 of those civilians for the party, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yes,
Wouldn't surprise
we're
me.
adopting them all.
Yep. Even the
I'm
children.
filling out the
Well,
adoption papers as
I
we speak.
figured they'd be our house staff for our mansion thing back in town, right?
We'll
God.
give them all
Just
jobs.
rescue them and put them in indentured servitude. It's awful.
They know us.
As
Oh
a
my
one
God.
percenter, I don't see any problem with that.
You
We'll make a
wouldn't,
little-
yeah. Ashling would have no problem with that.
We'll make a little
That seems
Seraphim
very
church.
fair to me.
We'll have a little shrine for Seraphim they can still worship.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the as you take off, the carriage driver announces it'll take you about 15 minutes to get there on the other side of the city. Slorth, did you want to scry? Okay. Who are you scrying on?
Scrying on
Remember, Frankie's going to have the
Radius.
amulet.
Radimus. Radimus.
Radley.
Radlius the Radliest.
Okay. You kind of settle down. You're kind of like this, kind of looking in your ball with kind of in the cramped carriage and it's kind of bumping along, but you're able to pull the magics together and you kind of look into the orb. You feel no resistance. There's no save against this. As your vision is immediately kind of brought out and towards where this person is. You see Radlius chained up on a massive pillar with a spider that looks about twice as large as the one you saw last time impaled in his chest.
I'd look around to see if I can see Frankie.
Make a perception check.
Nine.
Can't really see much other than him. But he does appear to be, and you watch him for just the full length of the scry.
Do I see anything else around him? The guards at the bottom? Is this obviously the same room?
It looks like the same pillar and the same spider, except the spider is noticeably bigger now. You're not really able to see anything else outside of that. And as the 10 minutes passes, there doesn't seem to be any change, any movement or anything, and eventually the scry ends.
Holding forward. What'd you see?
He's back in the pillar. I imagine Frankie's there too. Or worse. Then I kind of slunk down in my seat.
So I guess we're going back.
Well, you were always going back. But
I was actually kind of hoping we wouldn't have to.
yeah, well, I mean, we got to kill him.
That's
I was
probably
hoping we could just ignore it till it went away.
it'll resolve itself. It's fine.
Is anyone with us other than our team right now in the carriage?
Your team and Triss is in the carriage with you. No one else.
Triss, You can cast spells.
I am capable of some minor magic, but not anything too complicated. Why?
Sending.
I cannot cast sending. No, I do have. There, she pulls out a little rock. This. That
Can go to who? Sorry.
It's just a sending stone. I can use it to. Is there someone you needed to contact?
Can I use it?
She hands it over to you.
I'll swallow it.
Motherfucker! Going in after it.
First, I focus on Frankie and try to send her a message.
Okay. As you do this, she lets you know. She's like, just to let you know, that stone only has 3 charges and one's been used, so you can use it twice.
Okay.
You focus on who? Frankie, you said?
Frankie.
Okay. What are you saying? Because you
saw
send the spell regardless.
Dadlius. Yeah, I saw Dadlius on the pillar. I don't know if you were able to escape. I hope you're safe. We are in Silvery Moon, tending to the Queen's injuries. Let us know you're okay.
Okay. The message goes off. You wait. Another minute. No reply.
Alright. I'm guessing we need to make Buff Mage aware of the situation.
Probably.
Y'all agree?
Yeah.
Alright. Shake it up like a can of spray paint.
You got one more call before until her weekend minutes kick in.
Yeah, the roaming.
Sending cell phone.
No sass this time. I say, Calaban, I fear that Frankie may not have escaped and may be up on the pillar with her essence being drained. See if you can contact her. Let us know if she's okay. We are in Silver Moon we're in Silvery Moon.
Okay. You get a reply back pretty quickly. No sass on his end either. Actually, you don't get the annoyed tone you got last time you talked to him. Goes, that's concerning to hear. I'll speak with Lariel about it. She should be able to get to Silvery Moon. That's all he says.
Hand the stone back.
She takes it and puts it back in her pouch.
It was a stone of babbling. Gotcha!
Cat, beaver, horse. Ah, man! What even is this?
I imagine as tough as she is, her sending stone actually has like keychains on it and stuff. Like
it's got a little kitty on it.
Yeah.
Little pink kitten. A few minutes later, you hear and we have arrived. And a second later, the door opens.
Before we start, can we take like a bathroom coffee snack break real quick?
Sure, do that.
Coffee beer.
Never again.
Beer back.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take a little break. I gotta pee out that coffee beer. Oh, there's my Silvery Moon map. Boop. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Isn't it pretty? So as you all step out of the carriage, you're immediately met with this, like, extremely long, like, walkway with this beautiful, lush green lawn with these lots of bushes and trees in front of it. There's this walkway. And at the end of it, you see this just massive silver building. And like most of the buildings in Silvery Moon are plant-based, this one looks like it's actually made of silver, but then it has plants growing up along the outside. And Triss kind of leads you down the walkway, and the guards at the front immediately just they don't say anything. They just kind of step back and let you pass as you're escorted.
I make sure everybody is looking the best that we could possibly look. I'm like straightening up my clothes. I'm gonna like lick my finger and try to rub some dirt off Slorth. Like,
Slorth,
you gotta look presentable.
You have one little spot that has slightly less dirt on it now.
With my literal dead troll armor that stinks like shit.
I look at you, and I feel like it helped.
You get a few quirked eyebrows as you walk through by some of the guards and staff of this place, but no one says anything or tries to stop you, especially with who's escorting you. You're led kind of through a labyrinth almost of just hallways and doors, and like you walk in a run room and it's a large room with a bunch of tables and a bunch of people in it. And you kind of go off to the side, go down another hallway and through another door and another hallway, another door, another door. And it's like almost to the point where you're worried you're gonna have trouble finding your own way out if you need to. But you do eventually step up to these large silver and gold double doors. With 2 guards on either side of them, 1 knight and 1 mage. And as Triss approaches, the 2 knights step up and they grab these massive bar handles and pull it open, and you enter the room. You can see what looks like the biggest bedroom you've ever seen, basically. There's a huge canopy bed in the middle and a little moat that kind of goes around the outside with a glass cover on it, and you kind of peer over and you can see large fish swimming through it. And there's no one else inside the room except for on the bed you can see the Lady Alestria laying, and next to the bed are 2 women. Who's in here? You see one, this very, very tall, like over 6 foot woman in this kind of ornate leather armor, who's just shockingly beautiful, a human woman. And then on the other side of the bed, you see wearing golden dragon scale armor you see a massive mace and a shield leaning against the bed. And the one in the golden armor has her arms out, and you can see magic kind of dripping from her fingers kind of over it, and they're both kind of leaning over. And neither one of them look up as you walk in, but the tall woman who's watching this other woman kind of do this healing, just without looking up, is like, "What do you have for us, Triss?" And she's like, "These are the, like..." So far, you've seen Triss, like, throwing the orders around and taking nothing from everyone. Now you see her in a very, like, subservient, almost, posture. And she's like, "These are the ones that rescued the lady and brought her back here." And you see the tall woman just kind of do, like, this gesture to y'all to come over.
Quick sidebar.
Sure.
Unrelated. Has my armor completely resealed itself from the blast hole, or is it still healing?
It's probably 3/4 closed. There's still kind of a little opening there.
I want to take an acorn or some random shit like that, a seed I have, from my armor, or from my bag, and see if it'll grow around it, or if it'll spit it out like it's a foreign body.
Okay. Yeah, it's about, at about acorn sized, you can kind of wedge one in there and snugly, and you kind of wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I do that. And also, Karma is not here yet?
No, Karma is not in the room yet.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
I do my very best to contain myself. I go up and I introduce myself as politely as possible. In D&D world, in D&D courtly world, do both sexes bow or do ladies curtsy?
It depends on the culture.
Which one is this going to be?
Dwarven women headbutt.
Make an insight check.
There's no culture in this game, huh?
10.
You're not sure?
Okay, I do whichever one I was raised to do.
That'd probably be a bow.
Okay, I give a deep bow and I introduce myself. I say, I am Aisling von Faulk, first grandchild of Duke von Faulk. I'm sorry, I'm too fucking tired to roleplay.
You're good.
I
You
tell her
can
what we
give me the
did.
gist. Yeah. Okay.
We rescued her through great trials. I spare the filthy details of how we sent a druid through the sewers. I tell them the plight of the Citadel Felbar. And I explain that as soon as we rescued her, we attempted standard healing magic. And as soon as her wounds were healed, they began to open again. I attempted dispel magic. I am just not a high enough level to cast it strong enough to dispel this magic, but maybe a spell in that vein cast by someone more powerful than I can fix this. She seems to be getting drained. I explained the situation.
Okay.
Trying very, very hard not to hit on the 6-foot-tall woman.
As you all approach and as you explain all this too, she doesn't turn her head to look at you, but you can tell that she kind of tilts her head slightly and she's listening intently to every word you say.
So my inability to keep eye contact is not going to be a big deal, right?
It doesn't seem to be, no.
Okay.
She's definitely, you can tell she's extremely interested in what you're saying, but she's watching this other person intently to see if she kind of gets any reaction. And as you finish, she kind of nods her head in acknowledgement to what you say. And then a moment later, you see the woman in the golden armor just kind of like, she kind of stops and sighs and just kind of shakes her head. And then the woman in the golden armor kind of looks over at y'all and gives a bow of her head to you. Just like, yeah, I imagine nothing you would have tried would work. I've tried dispelling magic. I've tried dispelling a curse. I've tried the highest restoration spells I can. There's... Let me check one thing real quick before I say this. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. And the tall woman kind of nods in agreement to this. Like, I've even tried my highest level spells, and nothing seems to be able to wake her. So, and she kind of turns to you and just like, and no offense to you or your efforts, but I'm not surprised that you weren't able to wake her. I don't know what could wake her, to be honest. Sorry. I am Storm Silverhand. This is my. I'm sorry, Silverhand. Let me check my names real quick.
She forgot her name.
Yeah. She's like, I'm Storm Silverhand. This is my sister, Kilua Velderin. And Kilua, the one in the golden armor, kind of nods her head to you.
Slorth kind of skips pleasantries and walks right up to the bed and kneels before Illustrial. He spent like hours staring at her in an entombed rock. Mm-hmm. So he's going to start... he's going to cast Detect Magic and see if he still sees her essence floating away.
You cast it, and yes, you do. And,
is it stronger than before, or the same?
In fact, both of them recognize the spell, and the one in the golden armor, Kilua, just like, yeah, I saw that too. It looks the same as before. It seems there's some kind of, as far as I can tell, other planar connection she still has to the place you rescued her from. Whatever is pulling her energy, it doesn't seem to be able to utilize her as much, but it's still holding a connection to her for sure.
I look up at him and I ask him, do y'all have an anti-magic field jail or something here we could put her in to see if that severs it?
They do. However, let me make sure if it's...
Or just the ability to cast the spell.
Yeah, I'm checking their spell list real quick. Yeah, Killua kind of nods to you and is like, that is admittedly a good idea. Unfortunately, I did already try that. It does not seem like the magic is of this plane. It seems to be pulling from another dimension.
Is it possible that it's the far realm?
You see them both, like, kind of cringe at the mention, and then Killua's kind of like, that would fit. The other one kind of nods, like, ugh.
I explained to them how we know the far realm in an intimate detail.
Mm-hmm.
I explained the situation in the throne room, or the grand hall, and I say that one of the people who was with me when we saved Illustrial is more than likely on one of these pillars now, getting their essence drained from them. And we need to save them. We need to save them all. And I don't think we can do it by ourselves.
She immediately agrees with you. It's like, yes, judging by when the lady went to investigate, we weren't aware of just how dire the situation was. Where it, I'm sorry. Thank you for bringing her back. You are, as I'm sure it's been mentioned to you, the only people that have come back from there, including the lady. So the fact that you were all able to get in and get... How did you get in and out? You can...
Dwarves.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're really useful.
There's a crack that was made, admittedly, by a giant interdimensional worm creature.
Because, of course, it was.
That has been tunneling underneath the city. That broke the barrier enough for people to come in and out.
Interesting. We could use that as a point of entry for sure.
I make sure to let them know what happened to every single Paladin of Seraviv in there. Well, almost every single Paladin.
Mm-hmm.
That they're now void-eyed guards. And to beware of anyone that she may send may have that same fate. Or I let them know just how deadly the Mr. Friendly is, and that there's more than likely a shitload of them.
You telling about Miss Friendly?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both definitely look concerned when you describe that creature to them. And they're like, at this point, I think the random sending of soldiers or anything of that nature is too risky. It would definitely have to be a more precision strike against this creature. They kind of discuss with each other a moment. Like, we could... One of us would need to stay here, but one of us could probably accompany you back there if you're willing to go back there.
Dadrios, did you share your shared dream with your sister, with everyone?
Yeah.
And me when I got back?
Yeah.
Alright, I mentioned that the eye inside the swarm of ravens may be weakened if we can somehow pierce the veil of ravens around it, and say if you have any ideas on how we could do that, it'd be really useful. And I tell Dadrios to describe the dream or what was said, and see if they can come up with something.
Killua thinks for a second. It's just like, have you seen the creature other than in these dreams? Have you seen the creature outside of this central chamber? Does it roam around the city, or does it stay localized?
I don't think it can. This is a hunch. I wasn't there long enough to notice. I think if it could have gone searching for us when I hid with the queen, that it would have. But I have a good gut feeling that it's stuck there until it has enough power. And then I motion at the path of the magic flowing until it has enough power to complete whatever it's trying to do. Its
Yeah.
whole point with us, it wanted us to bring it a very magically powerful egg. And I think it's looking for powerful artifacts, possibly, to complete its transformation, its manifestation, something.
And Astria pipes up with this too, and just like your encounter with it in the Grand Hall is the first any of us has seen of this creature in the world outside of these dreams. On our patrols, and we've never seen it out in the city, at least. And both sisters kind of nod. They're like, then it's very likely that something in the Grand Hall itself is providing its ability to shield itself, like you say. What that is, I'm not sure, but it would probably have to be taken care of before the creature could be directly assaulted, I would guess.
Yeah. I mean, if they want to talk battle plans, I can throw a handful of dirt on the ground and start stone shaping the layout of the thing, unless now's not the time for that yet.
Well, I'm not sure a full-scale assault, especially with the perimeter defenses you've mentioned, would be the best course of action. I think either myself or my sister, this is the tall one talking, going in with you and trying to isolate this creature would be the best course of action.
Also mention that I'm not sure if they know already, but those ravens swarming above your city are the eyes of this thing.
They both kind of look at each other with that, and they're like, we've noticed the ravens, but within the last day they've all vanished.
Interesting.
Oh
We're not sure what to make of that yet.
I hope we've proven ourselves as allies to the city with this task. I would ask, if I could ask one favor.
Ask.
Do you have a teleportation circle that my bard could attune with?
Yeah, absolutely. Tris can show you where the circle is when on your way out for sure. But
Yay.
as just the fact that you brought the lady back has earned you considerable favor. We have no objections to that. And she kind of looks at her at Kahlua. Kahlua, her name's hard to say. And she nods in agreement. She's like, I have no objections.
Your faction has increased by 5. Thank you for saving the queen.
Yep.
Boop.
I have another
Rep.
question.
Yep.
I kind of gesture to myself and Estrella and how beat up our armor is and the cloth is in tatters. And I kind of mention how, we're pretty beat up.
You look pretty beat up.
Yeah, about that. I was planning to get some more armor in my home, but I don't think sentimentality is going to help anybody at this point. And I'm not necessarily asking for like a free handout, but if there is something we could do to repair this armor or maybe get something better for us, just so we're not so raggedy.
Tris, who's been kind of standing silently behind you, just kind of pipes up and goes, "We'll take care of you."
Do y'all have a shrine to Saraviv in the city?
We do, actually. A lot of... since we do a lot of trade, or at least used to do a lot of trade with the Citadel, we do have several chapels of Saraviv for when traders and visitors from the Citadel come through. There's
I look
about
at Dadrios.
3 of them, I think.
I look at Dadrios and like, do you want to try to see if you can contact Saraviv through one of these?
We could try. That's a good idea. We could try.
This because at least this place is not corrupted yet.
As far as
So
you know.
maybe you'd be able to contact her, have a shared dream,
Maybe try
meditation.
the mind meld again. Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
'Cause also,
we can definitely
I
direct
forgot-
you to a shrine.
I forgot to ask Sarah if he saw me do the cool thing on the bridge, but it's fine.
So both sisters kind of look at you and they're like, since you are the current reigning expertise on the situation, I'm sorry. We should more properly introduce our abilities. And you see the tall one kind of reach down from leaning against the bed you couldn't see and pulls out a very ornate lyre, kind of this little mini harp looking thing, and plays this real beautiful, just on a chord it sounds beautiful. And she's like,
Sploosh.
I myself am a bard. My sister here is a cleric. Whichever one of us you feel would be most useful on this trip, we will go with you.
Which one's the bard?
The tall one is the bard.
See, who do we replace, our healer or our face? Wow, that's Sophie's choice there. so the cleric is the golden dragon scale clad giant mace chick.
Mm-hmm. She's not giant.
Nice.
She's average height.
Well, I'm a dwarf.
Everyone's giant to you. The bard is the tall one.
So since she's a bard, there's a good chance I can get her to step on me.
I'm just saying, y'all could make some music together. I'm saying.
Hey, you been sizing them up?
What?
Of course.
Yeah, Rygnerik has been talking to
Yeah.
them long enough. They are both higher level than you. The bard is considerably higher level than you.
Con's red.
Yeah.
Can I tell if the bard or the cleric is is the bard a higher level than the cleric?
The bard is a higher level than the cleric, yes.
Why don't you both come with us?
Someone's got to stay in the city.
One of us needs to...
Designated survivor.
There is no one running the city. Yeah, that too. There is no one running the city currently, and one of us needs to stay with the lady to monitor her condition.
I'm sure the city will be fine.
You only get one NPC.
The city is old enough he can take care of himself for
Uh-huh.
one night.
Which one of you is more apt at getting out of sticky situations? I'm guessing the bard.
She kind of like smiles to herself. She's like, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve.
I guess kind of a follow-up question. From a social standpoint, is there one of y'all that's more of a face to the people, or that the people kind of associate more with leadership?
Well, we're both kind of standing in right now. The face is she kind of gestures the unconscious lady on the bed. Illustria runs the city. We don't even live here anymore. We just came when she disappeared. Either one of us could handle the task until the other returns. Hopefully returns.
I've got an important question.
Mhm.
I look up and down the cleric. I'm like, I see the armor and the mace. I'm like, battle cleric.
She kind of grins at you. She's like, she reaches down and picks up the mace, and you can see like her arm flex as she does so. And like the mace is this beautiful kind of ornate gold and steel thing, but you can definitely see like repeated blood stains that have kind of permanently soaked into the metal on it.
Smiting radiant energy.
That's
These
in my
ravens
repertoire.
are not. These ravens are not alive, and there's a swarm of them around this guy. If you have the ability to turn, zap, extinguish undead that could get rid of these things, because it lashes these things out and stuff shoots out of it. Like, these ravens are very much a part of this thing, and if you have the ability to vanquish them, my vote's with you.
I've destroyed an undead or two in my day. And you can see the other sister just kind of like roll her eyes.
She's like, I can play some righteous notes and kill him.
Can we just ask them each, what is the most powerful spell they can cast?
Do they have wish? Can you wish this chick
Do you
awake?
just flat out ask that?
Yeah, why not?
Let me...
You're never supposed to ask a woman her age.
You
It's a
never
job
ask a woman
interview.
her max spell level. The Killy with a cleric says, I can cast spells up to 8th level. And the Storm speaks up. She's like, I can cast 1 or 2 9th level spells.
Okay, so I'm pretty spent, but I'd like to go check out one of these Seraviv shrines with Dadrios. Past that, I need some rest.
What time is it at this point?
Let's see. It's probably about evening at this point in time. Sun's just kind of barely starting to go down.
So we just attack first thing in the morning?
It's going to be pinpoint.
And then Kelvin said he was sending... What's her name, right?
Kelvin said he was sending Laerel, which is not a name you've heard before.
Okay.
Do we
recognize the name? It sounds elfy or something.
You don't recognize the name, no.
I mean, do the sisters recognize the name?
You asked them?
Yeah.
You see Storm kind of rolls her eyes again, just like... You just had to involve Kelvin, didn't you? Yes, she is one of our sisters.
Why are you rolling your eyes?
Lariel, Silverhand, Arasoon.
She been staying in Waterdeep?
I want some dirt on Kelvin. What's the deal?
Is he the worst or what?
Everyone make an intelligence check for me.
My specialty!
Oh, I rolled well. 15.
Okay.
15. No, wait.
15.
Mine's a 9. Hey, 2 9s, 2 15s.
Two nines. Well, Rygnerik and Ashling, you recall Kelvin's full name is Kelvin Arasoon.
Oh. Oh my. So, he married into the family money, huh?
Don't know.
What?
What did she shout?
What?
Oh.
Yo, I'll watch as Ashling is like, Arasoon.
They're beep! I got a question. How has Kantros been reacting to dragon scale armor over there?
He's fine with it.
Because they're gold?
He's been quiet for a while. Is he doing all right?
He
forgot he was there.
Mostly just kind of like... Him, Tickers, and Slorth have kind of a little click going on right now where, like, they don't
Smush.
know... Yeah. Smush. They don't really know what to say or what to ask, and so they're just kind of staying quiet off to the side. Kelvin, you all know this, was a black dragon, which is a evil dragon. Golden dragons, of the metallic dragons, are good dragons. So, yeah, no, he's fine with seeing the skin of his
Kantros
enemy.
was a black dragon. Gotcha.
Yeah, Kantros.
You said Kelvin.
Yeah, Kelvin, Kantros, Slorth, Smush. Kantros, yes.
That makes sense, because that means one goody two-shoes was killed.
Yeah, so he's like, if anything, he's like,
Sucker.
Yeah.
I'm like standing in a corner swearing.
See, the other funny thing is, does
I'm
Marisha
rattled.
know?
make sure we. I guess could we learn the teleportation circle on the way to a shrine, maybe, or
Yeah, they'll. Whenever you leave this chamber, Triss is going to show you on the way out.
I'm sure we get like a rule list of like when it's cool to port and like don't bring bugs from this area. And
Yeah, Triss will tell you, just please announce your presence first before arriving, so you do not get fireballed on the way in.
How do
How
you
do we do
announce
that?
your presence before?
Well, the use of a sending spell is the standard way to do so.
hey, Trist had a sending stone. Could we get one of those?
I suppose we could.
We got one. We got one, but it's locked to Caliban, and that's kind of a pain in the ass.
The two sisters kind of look at each other and they're like, I'm sure we can. Triss, give him your stone. And Triss is just kind of like,
Ah, shit. And it's like engraved like to Trist, my love.
Takes the keychain off.
yeah, Triss kind of slumps over and sets this it's got kind like, as you look closer at it, it looks like a normal kind of dark brownish stone, but you can see little silver weaves going kind of crisscross pattern through it. And she kind of like,
Is she giving me daggers like as she hands it to me?
a little bit.
Is there somewhere we could just
There you
buy
go.
our own instead of taking yours?
You could check one of the magic shops. Tell you what, when you get your own, why don't you return this one to me?
I feel bad. Like even holding it now, I feel like shit. It's out of
Are
use.
they going to question at all why this random woman they've never met is furious at finding out their brother-in-law is married?
They're ignoring you.
I'm sure Caliban. They're used to it with Caliban.
Yeah, actually, Cantros, Tickers, and Sir Smush are both kind of like, oh, it's okay. They don't know why you're upset, but they're trying to console you.
So, to the sisters, this isn't surprising.
They just don't care what you're doing.
Okay. Alright, just making sure.
Sending stone isn't an actual item, or is it?
I don't know. I'll add it to your thing.
I suppose I could add a custom one.
Yeah, I'll add an actual one with the charges and stuff.
The Hello Kitty.
It's one of those items that like everyone uses in their campaign, but I don't know if it's actually like an official item. But
I'm used to being able at this level to have like a telepathic link to all my friends. And we just talk through
Pathfinder. You can do that.
a neural net.
Y'all have never.
All right, so we
tried
get
to set that up.
So we got a new teleportation circle, and we got
Just straight down the way up.
a way to announce. So yeah, to the shrine.
Who do you actually send the message to? Like, is there a specific person?
On the way out, as you as you introduced the circle, Triss also introduced you to Graydon, a tall male elf in kind of the look wearing the same knight armor, but has kind of a fancy like what's it called? Like the cloak thing. There's an official name for it, like a talbert or whatever. But it's like Graydon is responsible for the comings and going here in the capital. Please announce your presence to him, and he will alert the guard on duty immediately that you are coming.
Hemdall, gotcha.
I was just thinking that.
Basically, Hamdall, yeah.
Got like a big sword inside a little thing.
Yeah.
Greetings, followers.
Yeah, pretty much. And then eventually you're led. Before you go, they ask which sister you feel would be best for the mission, or if you wanted to sleep on it.
My money's on Dragon Scale Cleric. Not for the healing, but for the undead destruction.
Yeah, we don't have a good way to deal with undead.
Okay.
So
So she's like,
I'd
okay.
be open to either, but I would
bet.
have to lean towards cleric too.
And she will be open to either.
Hey.
I don't know. That high-level bard might outcharm you.
Also,
Not
I
for her
do have
sister.
smite, which deals additional damage to undead.
Yeah, but I'm talking like AoE, like
That's
channel energy and blow up a room full of undead.
Clerics do get some crazy shit for dealing with undead, for sure.
That is true.
What I don't like about 5e, if I could get
a
a
bard if she has any good spells for dealing with undead.
As she checks her character sheet.
If I could get on my soapbox, I hate that I can't use my healing spells against undead in 5e.
Yeah, they don't do the whole like heal harm thing that Pathfinder does.
Poppycock.
Just like, well, I'm good at controlling minds and creatures, but other than just finding undead, I don't
Really
have
good
any.
shatter.
Yeah, I got some really good shatters. I don't have any undead specific, at least not to the extent that my sister does, destroying ability.
She sounds like just a higher level me then, because I also have spells to control.
Well,
that
she is a
don't
bard,
work.
and she is higher level than you, so yeah, she's basically a higher
There's
level
lots of
you.
ways you can build a bard.
That's true.
Do clerics prepare... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna ask, like, even though we're leaving the bard behind, does she have any like long-lasting buff spells she could cast on us right before we leave?
Not that would last you to the next day, no.
Well, we don't need the next day, right? I think we're
Before we
sleeping here
leave.
tonight. Yeah. So anything like an hour or greater.
Let me see.
Because I can
what
transport
she
us to the tree, and we can get there lickety-split.
Yeah.
Do clerics prepare in 5e, or are they like bards where you learn it and you can't unlearn unless it's like...
Clerics prepare their spells daily.
I let her know when she takes a nap, maybe get plane shift ready to rock,
Okay.
because they've been known to send us to the far realm.
Yeah, she does know that spell. She can make sure it's prepped.
I'm also going to ask before we leave, if there was a way to contact the civilians that supposedly went to Sundabar, if they could find, if they could chill here while this is going down.
On that, she's like, that's going to be a bit of a political issue, but rest assured, we are aware of the situation, and there are already in the works of bringing those civilians over to Silvery Moon, where they're not going to be held.
Indentured servants?
Yeah, probably.
Appreciated.
But yeah, they are working on that situation, but it's going to be tricky. Just because of the nature of the city. And you would know this. It's kind of a... Sundabar is a very militaristic kind of city.
Yeah.
But it was also the closest well-fortified city available, so they did what they could.
Alright, let's go find Jesus.
Alright.
Y'all made Jesus.
So after showing the circle and saying your final pleasantries to the sisters, you are led out through Sure.
Before we leave, I turn to the sisters and I tell them very earnestly, Kelvin didn't tell me he was married. I swear.
They, like, you see no surprise on either of their faces.
He's a dirty dog.
And they're just like, yeah, sorry.
I hope their sister that like stays like L'Oreal is like a really old lady that like inherited like everything, and she's like the key to the fortune. And Kelvin like got her because he's young and buff.
Judging by how good looking these sisters were and how good looking Lady Alestriel is,
Could be a big age gap there. Elves live for a long time.
oh, true. But you do. You're led out of the capital.
Prettier than me.
You're led out of the capital and back to the carriage. And before you go, Dadrios, you're actually led off to the side to a blacksmith that's actually right there in the capital. That seems to, as you walk in, you see a lot of, you see a bunch of the armor that the guards are wearing just kind of on display, and you see different like ranks of the armor. And this kind of beefy female elf is kind of working the forge. And she's like, "Oh, what are you looking for?"
I kind of point at myself in Australia, like, I would prefer to have these fixed and reinforced, but as I told Trish, your boss, earlier, sentimentality isn't necessarily the best thing. So if
we can keep your symbols on there. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Something that gives resistance to petrification, necrotic,
Yeah, is there
or teleportation magic.
Like any of that like invincible power armor just laying around?
Yeah. Is there a specific request, or are you just looking for something a little sturdier?
Something a little sturdier. I kind of, because the cloth part is separate. I just kind of take the cloth part off and just kind of a way to wrap this around it, or a way for this to wrap around it. I've gotten pretty comfortable to, of course, it's a uniform, as you know, how it moves and feels. So maybe something about the same.
Yeah, he
shape,
seems. Seems very familiar with soldier armor, and seems pretty familiar with your armor too. You're probably not the first Paladin of Seraviv she's seen.
I hop in.
Mm-hmm.
The only black void-eyed paladins, the only void-eyed have been paladins, right?
Yeah, you haven't seen any void-eyed civilians.
I doubt that's just as simple as a mind control spell. They're probably dead, then they've been reanimated in some form or possessed, if I had to guess, right? So...
Your guess.
And you're naturally resistant or immune to being charmed, aren't you?
Yes.
So I don't think any spell. Maybe something with... If y'all can do resistance to necrotic or resistance to teleportation for them, so they don't get sent to the far plane. Well, resistance to unwillful.
I do want to reiterate to the blacksmith, though, like, I'm not asking necessarily for just like a free ultra handout. Just I'm accepting whatever help they're providing.
I'm also going to ask if they have anything that is better than studded leather that doesn't restrict movement at all. Because why not?
I show them like the whole, like, this used to be this big. It was also through me.
As you kind of gesture that, the acorn pops out.
Shit. So much for that idea. I pick it up.
I thought it was a good idea. It was worth trying.
I would have put holes in this thing and lined it up with, like, I don't know, enchantment stuff or like little fucking... Anyways.
Like skin pushing out a thorn.
I figured it'd be a foreign body ejecting it, which is... It makes sense. Gotta do a piercing, though? Like a little stud? Anyways. Yeah, like, definitely necrotic energy and petrification are two big... If you could get anything to resist against those, highly recommend it.
Blacksmith's kind of like, well, I could probably do some kind of necrotic resistance, at least. Petrification, that's a whole different ball game, especially on short notice. But I could probably do some necrotic stuff for you. And to Rygnerik, she's like, well, I know a tanner that could I could get in here by the end of the day, who could work on your armor. If the three of you leave me your armor, I could have it by tomorrow morning. I could have something ready for you.
Okay.
Yes, Slorth?
Any necrotic resistance for my stinky troll armor?
Your armor is already enchanted. It would be a very difficult process to re-enchant it.
That's fair. Also, just by the by, sorry, real quick. The daggers from Friendly, those were necrotic damage too, right?
Yes, those dealt necrotic damage.
Good, yes. Necrotic for everybody. Sprinkle it on.
Okay. So she will.
And
Yeah.
Two things real quick. One, does Estrella have any requests?
I'll leave that up to you.
I wonder if I can put like a gimmick and like the bracers of the armor. Nothing
Like?
super big, but mainly just like a container to put like a note or something small. Just like a little flap, little open thing.
Yeah.
I think
Not
that'd be-
resurrect or
What?
For
What?
for
Like, do
you or
Yeah.
for yeah, they
For
can
me.
they can make a little compartment in there.
Compartment, yeah.
Did you have something specific in mind, or just wanted a little hidden
I was
compartment?
gonna put one of the wands that I got in there.
Yeah,
That,
okay.
just because I think it'd be cool to be like, well, bam, and then have like magic circle come out of that.
Yeah.
But if not, that's cool. I just think it'd be cool.
he has Dobby ears.
Who does? I can't
He's too
do
damn
any
cute.
because then they're all gonna maul me.
It's bad soup.
Yeah, so he can he can make you kind of a spring loaded wand thing so you can use it without having to like switch hands. That's easy enough to set up. That's not any kind of magical enchantment or anything.
Shoot it at someone. Boing.
Ah, hit me with a wand! Right in the eye!
Natural 20.
So you all
And then
Mhm.
I can't come up with anything on the spot, but I imagine Estrella describes something that is just strictly cooler than whatever Dadrios could think of.
Okay, she'll think on it and let him know.
I can't think on the spot, but yeah.
That's fine. She'll think of something. We'll have some armor ready for y'all tomorrow morning.
So yeah, I leave the armor, but I take the cloth bits with the emblems and stuff with me.
Okay.
But I leave the actual armor.
Okay.
They sweep it into the
Like
dustpan.
I said, whatever they want to do with it.
All right.
I'm past the sentimental point after seeing what we saw in Felbar.
You want my D20? You can eat my D20.
That D20 is
Yes,
also a
let's
bullion.
go.
Don't
It's
lie
all
to
bullion.
us. You've been using bullion dice this whole time.
I have. I've been rolling cheese and just
Makes
making
sense.
up the numbers.
Bullion dice. I'm writing that down. See y'all from my mansion, everybody.
So armor orders in. You all finally make your way out of the capital with Ashling. You can now teleport circle to here. You go back to the carriage. Are y'all heading to the one of the chapels, one of the temples, rather?
Still nothing from Karma?
Oh, I'm sorry. The DM forgot about Karma.
Poor Karma.
So as you're
Karma
walking
didn't forget
out,
about you.
as you're walking out, you see her walking up because I was role playing and I forgot all about her.
High five.
Yeah.
High five.
Who are you high fiving?
Karma.
Oh, she walks up and she gives you kind of a confused high five. She's like, I heard you got the lady back. That's amazing. And she kind of looks you over and all of you are still together in one piece. Your armor looks a little messed up and some of y'all are kind of naked looking, but you're back.
I give him a tired like 8.
It sucks over there.
Yeah, probably.
We're mounting a mission there tomorrow morning to get some people that are still there and hopefully kill this world-ending monster. You want in?
By the way, there's a world-ending
No,
monster.
no, I do not. World-ending monsters.
no, like- Strong handshake.
World-ending monsters is above my pay grade, but I am extremely grateful to all of you, both for what you do and for bringing the lady back. And
She's not doing great yet. We're working on it.
I heard she's still recovering. I didn't get a lot of detail.
Frankie. She met Frankie, right? Yeah, yes, no?
No? Frankie kinda met us coming out of
She
town.
did not meet Frankie.
Never mind then.
But yeah, that's right. Frankie met us on the way out.
I would like to stop, if we have time if it's not closing time yet. After Saraviv, I want to stop by the magic shop that Frankie went to.
Okay, the silver
before we go to bed. Yeah, before we go to bed.
Okay. So y'all are headed to the temple and then the magic shop. The Shining Scroll.
Yeah, unless if anyone else has any other ideas.
Okay. Y'all have anything else for Karma, or I just wanted to check in with her?
We also want to make sure she knows she's responsible for, assigning the quest.
She
should totally spin this for a promotion, right?
Yeah, I don't know what you do, but you should get a raise. You know how to get people to get shit done.
As you were leaving, she was walking into the capital, so she was probably going to speak to the people you just spoke to.
She's gonna walk in. Remember those assholes I found outside? Dude, they did it!
Wow! Yeah, for sure.
That was a bet. Holy shit!
So you're taken to the closest temple of Saraviv, and it's definitely not as glamorous as the capital. It's a very kind of small, modest temple, but it's still extremely nice. Out front, you actually see just kind of a little like 3 feet tall on the lawn. You actually see looks like someone had Druid crafted a little tree into the Saraviv symbol, kind of as a little marker. And then behind that is a kind of one-story, simple-looking, almost like chapel, again made out of these kind of like intertwining vines and leaves. With a actually has a stained glass window kind of intertwined in the vines that has a flaming sword on it.
I'm gonna go and lay down on one of the pews while they do their thing and just kind of relax and open my mind to whatever might enter.
Okay.
The pews are made. You said like it's made of like wood and shit too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So nature. I'm in.
You're vibing.
Getting in with nature, yeah, vibing with nature and Saraviv, and
Are
maybe
you casting something specific or just meditating and see what happens?
I think I'll do, even though commune with nature isn't specifically for actually communing with beings, I think I'll cast a spell just to get deep in with the Saraviv nature around here.
Okay.
Just to see what I can feel.
Okay. You were lying down and concentrating on that, and we'll kind of get to that in a sec. The rest of you walk into this temple. I just bit my lip.
But I want to specifically do that while they're doing their meditation thing. Actually, never mind. I don't even have that memorized. No, yeah, I do. Just kidding. It's memorized.
Now your mouth's going to get swollen, and you're going to keep biting these things spot.
Probably. So Dadrios, there's no like service going on or anything. The temple is open. There's a couple of people inside. In fact, you actually see a couple of your refugees there that immediately kind of get up and shake kind of go down the line, shaking your hands as they see you, just thanking you and just expressing gratitude and going on. They actually all kind of intercept you a little bit, and then a few other people that are there kind of gather and seeing two paladins of Saraviv, even the people you don't know, kind of come up and kind of shake your hand and like, oh, I've been worried about the city and I've heard so much, and people that don't live there but obviously worship Saraviv. So you're a bit swarmed as you walked in.
That's impressive. Good.
I was just saying, I kind of blushed, but I kind of, the whole like it's not about me kind of thing. Okay, I appreciate it.
These starving refugees have just barely gotten a safe place to actually sleep. What's the first thing they do? Go get right with Jesus. I appreciate that. That's commendable.
Tell them to go about their worship.
Yeah.
But...
Astria signs an autograph.
Or she would.
But once you kind of calm the crowd down a little bit, what are y'all doing?
Before we actually sit down, I point at the stained glass with the flame sword, and I look at it straight. I'm like, "Watch this!" And I ignite the sword because I don't think she's actually seen me do that yet.
Nope. And she like, you're used to her like keeping her cool and all kinds of impressive shit, but both her eyebrows kind of noticeably go up in kind of a as
Like,
you
yeah,
as you light up
cool,
the
right?
sword. It's like,
I found that for him.
"That's interesting.
I'm like, cool, right? It's cool, right?
That is very cool."
Okay.
Like she's keeping her coy, but she is
Insight check.
extremely make an insight. You know what? All y'all make an insight check. Where'd my window go? There it is.
Ooh. Hey,
Ooh.
Dadrios would know.
7.
I'm not even paying attention, apparently.
Yeah, Rygnerik's
Yeah.
not paying attention. Ashling's still just distraught.
He knows his sister, though. She's
S-
dying.
Slorth, you're actually busy on a pew anyway. Dadrios, this is probably the most impressed and proud you've seen your sister of you. She's never been condescending or anything. She's always been proud of you, but she's pretty legitimately impressed that you seem to have this flaming sword for some reason.
I found it.
Like, it's pretty cool, little bro.
Shit.
No, so I extinguished that before I burn the place down. And then, I guess we'll start calming ourselves and doing the mind
You're gonna
meld
try
prayer thing.
the
Mind
dream
meld
walk
prayer.
again.
Yeah,
Okay.
drifting with Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna be a while at this? Because I might go shopping while you do it.
Probably could.
Yeah.
I'll fill you in on anything we find if we
That's
find
fine
out
with me.
anything.
Unless you want to join the dream walk. She kind of you see her starting to summon a chair. It's like, if you want to join us.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Join us.
I'm gonna go back to the hotel and start drinking for the night.
Okay.
About time to tie one off.
I'm going to invite Astria to join me when she's done, but I'm gonna add, but not like that. I'm inviting the other girls, and I'm also going to ask the bard and the cleric if they want to come with.
Well, they're back at the city capital.
On my way back, I'm gonna ask them if they want to do a girls' night before we all fucking die.
Shots? Shots. Shots. Shots.
Shot.
Just to, we'll kind of piecemeal this for everyone. Aisling, you are stopped at the door, but a message is passed along for you, and after standing there for about 5 minutes, a message comes back saying they are very flattered, but unfortunately have to worry about, current affairs. However, if you can sort all this, they are absolutely down for having a drink with you afterwards.
Just lining up
have-
dates.
Way too many dates after this is over.
I've gotten that line before. It means you're ugly.
Oh.
I hear it all the time. It's like, oh, I'm flattered, but if you can save the world, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, but then you saved the world. Ha! Dates!
Yeah, no, I didn't mean it like that. I thought we were friends. Friend zoned again, Slorth.
That does seem like one of those silly TV sitcoms. Like, I saved the world for the girl. Like,
Yeah.
And then she
this
friend
was
zoned
totally
me.
not into me. Yeah, she's
By
totally.
TV sitcoms, you mean anime.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
sounds like an
Yep.
anime.
That's why I really left the mountain.
However, you do get joined by Karma in your
Oh,
drinking.
perfect.
And she kind of
We're just...
she kind of celebrates with you, and you kind of share stories back and forth, and she tells you about guard life, and you tell her about a bunch of crazy shit that she is really interested in. Just kind of blown away by all your stories.
I make sure to drink lots of water so I'm not hungover tomorrow.
Good thinking. And Karma will,
Fantasy.
she'll make sure. And actually, a couple of random guards that you don't know get in on it, and it kind of turns into a small party.
Woo! Yay, I don't have to drink alone.
Increase that morale.
So Aisling has gone off and done this. Dadrios, you and your sister kind of The way the sun is setting, it's actually projecting through the stained glass onto the floor, kind of at the front of this temple, and you both kind of settle in cross-legged on either side of that, and kind of close your eyes and settle in and begin meditating. Slorth, you're still meditating, casting spell, kind of seeing if you get any kind of osmosis connection through this. Rygnerik, you're off shopping. Where are you going? Back to that spells place, or where are you going?
Yeah, I mean, I'm mainly just looking for if we can get a replacement sending stone and like maybe magical arrows. Stock up on those. And then Slorth, like, did you want to go shopping too, or did you have an order?
I wanted to check out the silver scroll. To let that person to see if they had any ideas for helping someone in the situation Frankie may be, and only because Frankie went there, and I don't know how well they know Frankie.
I mean, we talked to them about her. They didn't seem to know her at all, and they were confused why she was buying these useless crystals that are basically a tourist trap.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually might buy some more of those crystals, though, just in case Frankie has lost her
idea.
and is in a state where she could use them still.
They will sell you a sending scroll for sending stone, for 525 gold.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Okay.
See if you can contact the cat.
Cat?
Oh, Francine's cat?
Frankie's cat, yeah. Nice.
You can try.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
Let me see the sending scroll. Hey, I need help. Quick, bye. Okay, thanks.
Like, hey, is Frankie okay? Did she get captured? What's going on?
Okay. You send off the spell. No reply.
Okie dokie.
Definitely not conscious then. Well, I don't know if familiars go unconscious or go when you're unconscious. Or worse.
I'd say you'd know this. They return back to the Fey realm.
Which they can receive messages on the Fey realm, right?
Got you there.
You don't know what kind of state her familiar is in.
Okay. Do they have how much money for some of her crystals?
Those they'll sell to you for a gold each. They've got like a barrel full, so whatever you want to buy of that.
I'll buy like
those are
50.
like those are just like when you walk into the magic shop and it's like healing crystals, $1. You know, like
they
do not care about those at all. Yeah, they're actually a little confused you're buying them.
How many did she buy?
She bought like 30 or 40. She bought a shit ton of them.
Okay.
How many are you buying, Rygnerik?
50.
50? Okay, I'll add that to your sheet.
We're gonna mess up the economy and raise the price on those.
And then I'll give the sending stone to Slorth so he can give. I'll make sure he gives the guard captain back hers.
Okay.
Well, if you tell me you're going shopping before I meditate, I'll give you the stone and be like, if you could make that right.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to buy or inquire about while you're here?
Do they have any like magical arrows?
Let me check. They do not have magical arrows, no. They mostly specialize in potions and scrolls.
Did they have a suggestion for like if there is a place that would have magical arrows?
Yeah, they direct you to a weaponsmith nearby. It says probably has something like that.
Okay, I will go there.
Okay. Yeah, they can sell you for 50 gold an arrow.
For what? Just like the enchanted like 1d6 extra damage arrows?
Yeah.
Or...
They got radiant?
Yeah, do they have any choice of arrows, or is it just...
It's not radiant, it's... Let me check. Evocation magic.
So it's just like force.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the only choice of arrow they have. It's just that's it, right?
Yeah, they just have the one kind.
Okay. And you said 50 each.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna buy like 20 of those. Why not?
Okay, mark it down. Mark your monies.
Can we get a line of credit?
All right.
Okay. Yeah, that's it for me. I'm gonna, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, Dadrios' thing is going to happen while this is going on. So if you return to them, it'll be after or later or whatever you do.
I guess I'll go back to the hotel and do I know that Karma's gonna be at the hotel with Ashling? Did I like kind of overhear those plans?
You didn't know Karma was going to be there, but there's
Okay.
kind of a scene going on in the lobby bar that you'd catch on pretty quick.
Okay. I will try to figure out the best way to get the guard captain her stone back. Maybe approach a guard and say like, "Hey, where's the main guardhouse?" Or
Yeah.
just see if the carriage driver something.
No, they can definitely direct you to the primary. If you just say, "Hey, where can I find Trist?" then they can definitely direct you to there. And yeah, you can take the carriage over to the main barracks. She's not there currently, but it looks like a second in command there ensures he can get the stone to her.
Okay. I will just do that and then head back to the hotel.
Okay. Yeah, you walk into the hotel and there's you would describe the scene as polite rowdy kind of going on. It seems Ashling has roped in Karma and several guards and several hotel guests into kind of a mini party going on in the corner of the hotel lobby there.
Actually, but when I give the stone back, I do want to like pull out my calligraphy supplies and write a nice like thank you message to her
Okay.
for letting us borrow it.
Okay. Noted.
Swear my dwarf took this from you.
Okay. Dadrios, as you and your sister kind of settle in and close your eyes, and you kind of think back to the first time you did this and remember what you did and kind of how it went. And no music in the background this time, but you actually, after a moment, you hear almost like a low hum kind of wash over the room, and the rest of the room seems to kind of fall away. And you sit there quietly, and you notice all sounds except this low hum seem to stop. There was some idle chatter and a few people walking around and stuff. All that you can't hear anymore. And eventually, you kind of open your eyes, and as you open your eyes, you see Astria open her eyes at the exact same time, looking at you. And you're still sitting in the chapel, but it's empty. It's just you and her in there. There's no one else around. And you can both kind of look down between you, and you can see that stained glass sword actually ignite on the floor beneath you and burn up this bluish fire between the both of you. And you don't hear anything, but you get the sense that someone is listening.
So not sure who, just someone.
Well, you get the sense that
Okay.
your
Okay.
deity is probably the listener.
Hey champ, how you doing?
Hey, slugger.
Where'd the music go?
It's been
I
gone.
haven't heard music this whole time, this whole
Yeah.
session.
Well, screw it. I'm not gonna mess with it now.
Normal week.
We sacrificed the music for my camera not shutting off, is what it was.
Yep.
I'll take it. You can hum something.
Yep. Astria kind of She kind of glances at the sword on your back, and then glances at you and tips her head to take the lead. For you to take the lead.
Okay. I'll call. I call out to Seraviv, ask if he's there.
You feel the fire kind of flare up, and you feel this heat, but it's not like burning hot. It's this like warmth on a cold day kind of warmth washes over you both, seeming to affirm your question.
First question: did you see me do the cool thing on the bridge?
You've never seen fire give a thumbs up before, but you
yeah.
swear to Seraviv, for the briefest moment, you see like a thumbs up in the flame.
Hell yeah, making people proud today.
The fire, the warmth cools a little bit, with almost the warmth leaving you has almost a disappointing feeling, but not at you, more like disappointed that Seraviv couldn't have been there for you in that moment. But does seem to have seen it and feel pride in what you did.
Estrella, any questions? Anything you want to say?
She kind of raises her hand. She's like, "You're the one with the sword."
True. Is there, I know you're not at your best, but is there a way you could bless us or use any of your strength to give us divine favor on this mission tomorrow?
You feel and you see the fire as initially as it had burned up seems to be weakening a little bit, like someone's throwing dirt almost on it constantly. Almost, it seems like the flame is having trouble staying lit. You feel like the blessing that it might be able to grant you is being stifled by whatever's in this city.
Okay. In that case, I am going to, because I'm not sure how much time we have left, but I'm going to take my sword off my back, look at it, ignite it, and then touch it to the one on the ground, and just look at Estrella and talk to her and say, do our best. Get you out of there, make you proud.
As you hold the sword out in front of you and ignite it, the flame comes up and immediately turns blue. And you can actually see the tips of the flames curving down into this fire even before you start to reach towards it. And as you set the flame in the middle, it seems to actually bolster the flame on the floor. The resolve in your action strengthening it. And you feel like maybe there's one more question you could ask if you wanted before you were out of time.
Do you know if both running out of time when I start thinking about the questions.
You're all right. Take your time.
Is Frankie and my father Radlius okay in the most minimum definition of okay?
The warmth almost turns cold. You don't feel like they're dead, but you definitely get a sense of they're in a bad state.
minimum definition of okay. Okay. Not dead.
Not dead. You definitely seem to be not dead, but
Mostly dead.
yeah, only mostly dead. Yeah, but they're definitely seem to not be in the best of shape. You do feel like the through the cold, you feel almost a small pulse of warmth, saying, you at this point you don't hear words, but you feel like emotion saying this to you. You feel that this process of siphoning energy eventually creates the void-eyed paladins. And you feel that they are not there yet, but left, unsaved, that is where they're going to end up.
Even Frankie?
Dang it, I do have one more question now. What?
Roll a d100.
On 500, you get your question.
77.
37?
77.
77.
77. The fire feels a little too weak and starts to kind of fade out and can't seem to... It wants to be there for you, but doesn't seem to have the strength. And as you and your sister watch, the fire from your sword let it held on a little longer, but it eventually does fade and kind of almost melt back into the floor. And both of you kind of blink for a second, and you're suddenly back in the room, and you can see the people. A couple of them staring at you, but seem to be back awoken. Slorth. You're laying there, and you're communing with nature, and you can feel kind of the nearby buildings and little critters and rats and cats and animals skittering around in the area. And nothing really seems to be going out of the ordinary from when you normally cast the spell. You sit up, and the entire church is wreathed in blue flame. And you're kind of like, oh, okay, surprise. Seems some kind of connection between, just because this temple is made of nature, seems like some kind of connection has been made between these two forces. You feel like maybe you could get one question answered.
I'm guessing I don't see anyone else in the room.
Nope.
I just take a second to look at around the room, and Saraviv is really the only deity that I've ever really felt the presence of. I think you said whenever it was off camera, but you said that whatever I did, whatever the hell I did, that was definitely Saraviv's presence or strength that I felt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you recognize this as a similar feeling.
I ask if there's any way to save the ones who have already lost to the void.
The flames suddenly kind of flare up, almost like you feel almost threatened by them for a second, and you get this nightmarish memory, almost like PTSD, and you see that creature again, like where you saw him in the temple, or in the Grand Hall, and you can feel all the life and the souls, really, of all these void-eyed paladins contained within the creature. And then the flames fade, and you kind of sit up suddenly and look around, and almost the same time as you see Dadrios and his sister kind of jerk up and look around. And the vision has ended.
I say, I think the souls are within the eye. If there's any chance at saving them or saving their eternal souls, we gotta destroy that eye. Which, I mean, that's the plan anyways.
So,
was y'all's vision filled with like dancing naked dwarves too, or was that just me?
no, that was just you.
Because it was rowdy up in here.
Esther is like, it was naked elves, actually.
Ugh. Like no hair and anything. Ugh.
Yeah, no hair anywhere. It was really bizarre.
And
Esther kind of looks at you, Dadrios. She's like, well, that's something, I guess.
I'm just glad I made 2 people proud in one day.
I'm always proud of you, Slugger.
Oh, thanks.
2.5.
You don't take my healing and yet you exist. What's not to be proud?
Astra's like, yeah, we definitely got to kill this thing.
You ready to kick some ass and save God? 'Cause that sounds like fun.
Tell you what, that would be pretty cool.
It's like, we still gotta kill a Leviathan and some dragons.
What about a
It's gonna be
Leviathan?
It's gonna be a busy week.
There's also a wolf waiting for a status report.
Yeah, that's
Right, that's right.
Oddly enough, the giant legendary Leviathan that can flood and eat cities is the least of our problems right now. I didn't think I'd be saying that.
happened.
Yeah,
I didn't think I'd be saying that. That's a sentence that I never thought I'd have to say. I just
Technically, changing reality would be encroaching on his domain, right?
I just wanted my forest to stop being spooky weird. That's all I wanted. Now I've been sold off to a blacksmith, which in bad. All right, let's go get some shut-eye.
Okay. So you all make your way back to the chateau.
Yeah.
Okay. Rygnerik, did you join in on the party, or did you go to bed, or what?
Sure, I'll join in on their party.
Okay. So you all come back, and you see the remainder of your party, as well as Kantros and Sir Smush looks drunk. It's actually a little concerning, but
Orphan children.
yeah. You come back to a little party.
Everyone's coming out of the restroom like, all right, so what are we doing tomorrow? Woo!
So what are y'all doing?
Oh, we get back to the party too?
Yeah, you're all back now. Unless there was something you wanted to do on the way home.
I'm gonna kind of like wave and smile at people, but I'm gonna head up to my room and
I'm gonna wave you guys over. Come sit with us.
Before I go in, I look up. Do any of the ravens look any different?
You see no ravens.
Oh, they're still all gone, huh?
Make a perception check. You kind of look around. See if you give an extra hard look.
25.
Yeah. You scan the sky pretty thoroughly and feel pretty confident. There are no birds in the sky.
Sorry, real quick. If I use locate animals or plants, it works within 5 miles.
Yeah, pretty far.
Looking for ravens, undead or otherwise, doesn't really specify.
Yeah, that's fine. You can look for either. So
Yeah, I hold up the staff and
Okay.
shake it around and do that.
There is not a single raven within 5 miles.
Huh. I wanted to do something if there was. But there's not. Any other birds in the skies?
Not that you can see.
They must have used that really good Windex on that barrier.
There she is.
Alright. I will join in the festivities drinking my own hooch.
Okay.
Yeah,
Y'all have...
Go
ahead.
I was gonna politely decline and just go to my room and maybe get like an hour of reading in and go to bed.
Okay. Esther is going to do the same.
I asked Rygnerik, did you get a sending stone?
Yeah, I hand it. Here you go.
Do we got some juice on it still? Shake it.
It has 3 charges. You used 1, so yeah, there's 2 charges on it.
Alright. I go off in the corner and
Now, how quick does it recharge?
Once per day. Or 3 charges a day, basically.
I go off into the corner during the party and I send a message to Kashiki.
Okay.
It's saying, hey, sorry for invading your mind like this. Big day tomorrow. Might go bad. Just kind of wanted to hear your voice.
You get back. You know you can invade me anytime.
No, she dirty.
Be safe. I know you can do it. Got that armor ready for you whenever.
That armor or that thing that I wanted her to make?
I still don't know what that is.
That's because it's good.
She said that armor.
It's funny. I go and tap on Ashling's shoulder. You got what? Do you have 2 castings of teleportation circle available?
Yes.
Oh
Conjugal teleportation.
no, not for that. I could probably
Before
get
you
one.
finish the sentence, I pull out a condom.
Oh, no, there's no need for that.
Oh, you know I always have extras.
Probably, yeah.
It's like slad skin condoms.
Ew, but you're probably right.
Yeah, it's just. Anyways, I could probably go and ask for the teleport there, and probably get one back. But if I got time, I'll message her one more time saying, "Hey."
Well, if you message her one more time, you have no way to get back here if you teleport to her.
I'll tell him I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Don't blow me up.
Okay.
I'll tell her go to
Since you're
Caliban.
going to sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Since you're going to Kashiki's for 2 minutes, I offer you the condom again.
Better take 2. It is 2 minutes after all. Yeah, so I messaged her back. Fantastic. Bring it to Caliban's tower. Wait there. Then I go to Eagle Fly if I have to get there faster to the capital.
Well, do you want to go to the tower or a mansion? Because it has a teleport circle.
That's not done yet.
Right? Oh, they
Yeah.
didn't finish it?
It takes a year, but there's a bunch of students working on it, but it's not done yet.
Nerds.
It's not going to take a year because of how much, extra credit is being applied to it, but it's still going to take a little bit.
And because we won't be alive in a year. I want to go as far away from where that wolf might be, truth be told. I go up there and be like, hey, I need to teleport to Caliban's tower. Please, and I'll be right back in like 2 minutes.
Alright, I send you.
I'm just making
Okay.
sure you don't have to go with him.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to go with him if you want him to get back.
Oh, I was gonna go to the
Well, no,
go
I
to
mean
the
just to cast the
the
spell.
capital and-
yeah.
I was gonna go to the capital and tell them to send me. That way she could stay at the party. And then I'll just have Caliban send me back here.
That's a strong assumption that everybody's going to be willing to cast teleportation circle for you.
You can ride with what's her face?
Oh, Lynn.
Yes.
I mean, like I say, I mean, if you got 2 castings, we can boogie there real quick.
I've got like 3 castings, so if you don't come back by morning, I'll go get you.
Well, I mean,
Well,
you can come.
You don't want to waste morning castings on this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. If you don't come back in a few hours, I'll go get you.
Yeah. Just real quick to get this dumb thing that's probably not going to do anything special, but that's really funny in my head for multiple reasons.
Okay.
You do get a reply to your stone. Alrighty, I'll bring it, and I'll bring the armor and that dumb thing you had me make.
Well, the dumb thing is the armor. Was she making me other armor I forget about?
You commissioned her for some black dragon armor, yes.
Oh, who was that for?
You gave
Oh,
her
yeah.
for for your black dragon, yeah.
Yeah. That'll feel comfortable. Cool. Alright, so yeah. I don't know. I go up there, or it's like I'm out of casting, so surprise Caliban!
Okay,
Also,
so
I lied. I only have 1 left, so if you fuck up over there, I can't come get you.
Do you have a higher level spell slot you could cast it with?
I have 2 higher level spell slots.
you could burn them if you
I'm
wanted.
sorry, I just have 1.
So
That's
you
fine.
have enough to go there and come back.
Yeah. We're taking a nap anyways after this, unless we get stuck there in some unimaginable evil, which, not that it's ever happened before.
You immediately end up in the far realm.
Very possible. Yeah, I mean, in all theory, this ain't going to take but 2 minutes, so let's just, teleport over there,
Yeah,
and
so
then...
so Ashling, you can draw the circle and then just let him go through. You don't have to go through with him.
But
Yeah, but that's-
unless you
Yeah.
we
want
can
to.
get back.
So that's crossing fingers that I can get back in time and not waste a 6th level spell to get here in the morning.
It's up to
So
you.
if she comes with me, that's the safest way.
I don't feel like teleporting, though.
And you can send me. We'll roll the dice. I'll tell Caliban, like, hey,
It's up to y'all.
send me there.
Roll persuasion.
My persuasion.
Roll persuasion.
That'll be my good roll for the night. It's stuck on rolling. What did it come out as?
Me too.
18. Yeah, how about that?
What would he be rolling against?
My
Um,
persuasion versus your insight? Is it?
I mean, it would be. He'd be rolling against the DC of the task
charisma
that
save?
I determined. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
can determine the DC of your own persuasion. So if you feel an 18 is worthy enough to persuade you, then you're persuaded.
Ugh. Fine.
Just be real fast, I promise. Nothing bad's gonna happen.
Ugh. Heard that before. So we go.
Okay, you both going?
Yep.
Okay.
In the privacy of a room, not like in the middle of the party and like 50 people jump in the teleportation circle.
Woo! Like jumping in a pool, they're just cannonballing in. Okay. So yeah, you go up to one of your rooms and draw the circle on the floor, and boom, both of you go in.
It's a little sloppy.
That's okay.
End up help me.
You have to kind of like draw one, like the circle doesn't connect. It's like this. You have to kind of like draw a little line over it. But yeah, you both land in Calvin's the teleportation circle in the tower. Hold on 1 second.
Don't blow us up, Caliban! It's your buddy Slorth!
Your best friend and the whole
Yeah.
world who's never done you wrong. Slorth.
I'm just seeing if y'all get a save or not. You don't. So
we've teleported here before.
As you land in the circle, and you're like, okay, we're here, and you take one step, and you feel this like almost like ball of light, like almost like a bubble, like a soap bubble, kind of boom out into the whole room, and both of you freeze in place.
You see my eyes like look at her, and be like, sorry. Dunk, 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 dunk.
And yeah, you hold on.
Does he like rush in his boxers with toothpaste?
Yeah, you
coming out of his mouth.
You can't move. About a minute passes until, luckily, in your field of vision, you see the door open, and Caliban kind of cautiously pokes his head in. It sees the two of you and just like rolls his eyes and waves his hand, and it's like the bubble pops and you both kind of land on the ground. It's like, hello? Was not expecting a visitor this evening, but
I look at him and I like wave my head back dramatically and I burst into crocodile tears and just run right past him.
I just kind of, okay, that was strange.
I walk by, I'm like, she didn't know you were a married lad. And I keep on going.
He just kind of follows you downstairs. No.
Muzzle top?
Please use the circle whenever you feel fit. Was there something I am doing for you this night?
Any insight on Frankie's situation?
What the fuck's her name? Where'd you go? Hold on.
I said, walk with me and talk. I got to get outside of your tower, and I as we walk, I fill him in on the details of what we're up against and what we're doing tomorrow, or what our plan is to go up against tomorrow, and what we went up against today.
Okay. He lets you know that Lariel is on her way there. She's not in Waterdeep currently and can't get there immediately. She will be there in probably 4 or 5 days to see if she can do anything with the situation or help.
Okay. You got anything you can offer us for assistance on against what I just told you about?
And he kind of like shrugs and looks down at basically the pajamas he's wearing. It's kind of like, you've caught me a bit unprepared. Again, not as muscled as the first time you saw him.
It's all right.
He
All
walks
right,
you kind of out of the tower. He kind of passes through that little lobby, and the door opens as you approach it. You walk out, looking around. There's no Kashiki there.
How long would it take her to get there by horse?
She probably could have been there by now. She's only maybe like 15, 20 minutes away. You kind of argued with Aisling for a while and had to like pull her out of a few drinks. So you assume that she should have been there by now.
All right. Immediate concern. Where did they say that wolf was waiting for us by?
At y'all's mansion. At the plot of land set aside for you.
Okay.
Heroes run.
I'd be like, maybe longer than 2 minutes. Wait here, Aisling. And I eagle up and head in the direction of the path she would have been going to see if I could find her.
Okay, make a perception check.
As an eagle, 26.
Okay. You eagle up and you start to fly, and you immediately see her standing outside the wall that has a secret entrance that only y'all know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant we got out that. Oh, okay. Never mind then. I don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you meant that we'd exited that wall.
No, you just walked out of the tower.
Yeah, I would have done it if she wasn't in the courtyard.
Okay, yeah. As you you open up the wall, you kind of look down the wall, and you see her kind of just looking at it, and then she eventually spots you, and yeah, She has a couple of large satchels over her shoulder, and she kind of like runs over to you and just like full body tackles you to the ground.
All right. I get a little bit of kisses, a little bit of makeout with her. Be like, all right, we gotta go.
Am I going somewhere?
You wanna?
No. I'm pretty sure I can get
She
you.
looks like she can fight.
I'm pretty sure I can get you. Don't you dare! You don't even put Smush in battle if you don't have to. You're gonna put my betrothed into battle.
She like
has,
flexes.
Like 3 hit points.
I say no, unless you want to stay in a really fancy place in the Silver Town,
Silvery
Moon. I'm pretty sure we can get you set up with a nice place there, but that's probably too close to danger. If this goes bad, we're all gonna die anyways. Stay here. Be safe. Or don't. You're a grown woman. I don't give you orders. I'm not the boss of you. You got good judgment. Just be careful.
She's just cracking up at you.
Just be careful, and thank you for getting the stuff made.
So she passes you a set of Black Dragon armor, which you can either have or give to Cantros or whatever you want to do with.
I put it all on shape. Look at me, I'm Cantros. Ooh.
And the other item, which you should really let me know what it is, because I never even gave you permission to make it.
I'll let you know eventually.
Just tell me what it is.
Off camera. You want to know it now?
Yes, tell me what
I'll
it is.
tell you off camera.
Well, tell me what it is, because there might be adjustments depending on what you made.
I'll tell you off camera because it's funnier that way.
All right, fine.
All right, I've been planning on doing that anyways.
She hands the items to you. You know, kisses you, hugs you, makes out a little, grabs your butt.
It's like, I hate this new armor. It's disgusting, but it looks sufficient.
Kind of, yeah. She's kind of like, this is effective looking.
Tink, tink. Smells nice, doesn't it? All right, ask Caliban if there's any way they could get his... I don't want to call him his wife. I say her name here faster through teleportation or something, or get her to Silver Moon faster.
She's unfortunately dealing with an issue right now to the east. It's not a matter of being able to travel quickly. She has to finish what she's doing.
Okay.
Are any of the other wizards willing to show up?
Yeah. Will no one heed the call?
It's like, I could tell Marishta to go, I suppose.
Poor Marishta.
I describe the situation with Illustrial, the magic being siphoned from her, and ask him if he's ever seen anything like that before. I tell him the spells they've attempted to use to remove it, and ask him if he's got any insight in this.
He comes to pretty much the same conclusion that Storm and Killua did.
Kill the bad guy, make it better.
So, probably, yeah.
Okay.
I am not currently speaking to Kelvin.
I don't...
He, like, every now and then he
I'm
kind of
standing
glances
there and not
over...
looking at him.
How long would it... How long would it take us to get to Frankie's hovel grave area or lab?
About 20-25 minutes or so.
I want to see if she made it there, if the cat's there, if there's something that looks marginally useful we could bring back in case... I mean, even though she told me, never do that again.
Typically told you not to.
Yeah. Or there might be traps if she's not there.
I do not want to check out her stuff because of the potential of wild magic.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna use it. No. I was gonna. And yeah, let's head back. All right. I give Kashiki a handshake and Caliban a kiss, and
they both look confused.
Yeah, and we deuce out.
Okay.
Before I go,
mhm.
I look over my shoulder at Kelvin, and my eyes look angry and hurt.
It just kind of
But
like
for a moment, they soften, and I bite my lip, and I whisper goodbye.
it's just kind of like, good luck, you two.
She's a home wrecker.
I mean, I will wreck a marriage, but if I'm gonna do that, I have to be more dramatic about it.
This is all part of the plan.
Yeah.
You said it was over between you. I said what?
Wait, what? I don't recall this
I said, "What's the
conversation.
thing?" With
Okay.
her bluff, it might work.
Are you casting another teleportation circle back?
Yep.
Are you going to the... Where are you going? To the circle in the capital?
Yeah, where I told them to expect us back shortly. And not to blow us up.
When did you tell them this and how?
As we were there, he's Hemdall in the room. I said that we went to tell him that.
Well, the capital isn't at the hotel. The capital's, across town, and
There's one in the hotel, right?
a teleportation circle? No.
Alright. Caliban, sending stone, please.
It's like, I don't have one on me. Do you need me to send a message for you?
Yeah, send it to Hemdall in the Silver Thorn.
I don't know.
The guard is Silvery Moon's teleportation circle.
I don't know those people. Let me look at sending. Let me see if he can ballpark it.
Some passerby in the street is like, what? Who? Who's going where?
To a
We're sorry, your
creature
call
which you
cannot be
are
completed
familiar.
Please check the number and try your call again.
Yeah, he doesn't know that person
You
well
stone
enough.
who dis?
Yeah, he doesn't know them. He can't send him a spell.
Alright, if I say the name, can he do that?
He has to be familiar with the creature.
I guess we just have to take a punch. Yeah, we're going to the...
Is he gonna kill him?
You could scry the person real quick and then point at him in your scrying thing and be like, that guy. Message that guy right there you can see.
I don't think he can see through my
Would it
thing.
Would it be awkward to have him send it to one of his sister-in-laws or whatever?
I mean, could you send it to one of your sister-in-laws? It might be better than... We're trying not to die here. Send it
I'll
to...
be right back.
What was her name? The cool cleric one. She had a badass name.
Kahlua?
Oh, is Kahlua the
Kahlua.
cleric? Which one's the...
Storm is the bard.
What's the other one? Storm. Yeah, can send it to Storm or Kahlua.
It's like,
Don't let them know.
I wouldn't call them a sister-in-law, but I could send a message to Storm to pass the message along.
Just say Slorth and
He has an expression
incoming.
like he doesn't want to talk to her.
That's
I
cool.
my head, speaking to him for the first time. What does that mean?
That lip bite.
You say that again, Aisling? You do what?
What does that mean?
He doesn't say anything. He just looks like he looks like he doesn't want to message her. It's like, I will send a message to Storm.
You don't have to, but then everyone will die and the world will be over. So I guess that's... I mean, if you're willing to die on this hill, that's up to you.
Like, I'll message her. And he kind of says a quick incantation and does a little finger movement. He's like,
Hey.
Storm, it's Kelvin. Would you please inform the purveyor of your teleportation circle that Slorth and Aisling will be arriving soon? And you see him kind of like at the message he gets back. He's like,
You seem like,
yeah, like
you.
it does look like he's taking a little bit of psychic damage. But then he kind of nods to you and is like, they will be made aware of your arrival. Can I go back to bed now? This has not been the evening I was looking forward to.
Or to...
You cut out.
I said, what were you looking forward to?
A book and sleep.
Nerd.
Well, kind of gestures himself.
As always, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Anyway, he's like,
Illusion fades. Like it's not even there.
Poof. Just straight Iron Man suits you. I'm not even here, really. No, he.
All right.
If y'all are done with him, he makes his way back.
Yeah. I say we wait like a minute or two just for that message to be delivered without like us showing up a second too early.
Yeah.
All right. Go.
I make it 5 minutes.
Okay.
Now it's been too long.
Now we don't know who you are. So you cast the
I
circle.
make it 3 minutes.
And the two of you step back through. And as you arrive in the room you were shown before, you see a single guard there facing the circle, kind of expectant looking. And as you arrive, he kind of notes both of you and seems to note both of your descriptions and just kind of nods his head and then steps back and opens the door for you.
Shots? Shots?
Shots.
Shots? Shots?
Shot.
He's like, I'm on duty.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
I pass him a little vial of my honey mead.
He's like,
Me
I
too.
pour him a cup
like,
of my
"Sir."
wine.
I am a
I'm
guard of the city. I could not possibly accept that, and it is not okay. Please make your way out of the building.
This is a night they get invaded because he was drunk off some honey mead.
You only gave him one, and I only gave him one.
You gave him that stanky stuff though, where you need a con check to survive it.
He seems very offended as he quietly accepts everything you offer him.
Yeah. All right. Back to the party we go.
Yeah. So you make your way back to the hotel. If anyone has anything else planned for the night, you can do that. Otherwise, eventually you will settle down and take your rest, and we will pick up the next morning next week.
Yeah, I get time to plan my spells.
Yeah, everyone plan your spells, plan your invasion. If you think of anything special you want the cleric to prep, let her know. That kind of thing.
Also, I keep forgetting, how much total reading do you need to do?
20 hours total.
20 hours total, okay.
Yes.
After the time that I killed with Ashling, how much reading could I get before I get my 8 hours in?
I could
An hour?
say you could get about an hour. Yeah, it's pretty late at this point.
I'll take it.
And how much would the rest of us get if we just are not going with him?
You could probably get about 2 hours in. Ashling gets nothing.
Oh.
You are partying and drinking and
Choose Andrew WK for the night.
yeah. I'll
Yep.
say if you could read an hour if you wanted to take some exhaustion.
No, thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. So
Cool.
the dawn of the next day, we will start next week. You can pick up your armor and make your plan and go from there.
Oh yeah, I get at the party and I go up to Cantros, who
Mhm.
I'm sure is partying still.
Yeah, no, Cantros is wasted.
Really, Cantros?
He's got like a traffic cone on his head. You don't even know where that came from. They don't even exist in this universe.
He's like-
but somehow one's there.
He's like,
He-
"Rah!"
Yeah, he's going around. He's like spilling a drink. He's like, "I'm a dragon," and people are like, "Oh, okay."
Before I got hooked up with these fuckers.
Yeah, these
I'm like-
jackasses killed me.
like-
I was a dragon.
It's like, Cantros, I got your present.
He kind of looks over at it. He's like, "Is that my skin?"
Ta-da!
Fuck it, give it to me. And he just puts it on over his clothes.
I bet it fits him like a fucking second layer of
It's
skin.
actually extremely well made because Kashiki did measurements and everything beforehand, and
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
It fits like a glove. And he's like, "I make really good armor."
You do. Possibly better than you were as an actual.
I'm gonna choose not to process this.
It's better
And then
that
he
way.
like takes another drink.
It's like, hey, if you die again, we'll take your wood elf skin and make you some leather armor out of that for whatever you turn into next.
Yeah, you might as well.
I pat his head.
Just like he takes like 3 other people's shots and just like 1, 2, 3s them.
I'm wearing my skin.
See, I told you I was a dragon. This is my skin. And people were just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Dragon now, isn't he?
All right, guys.
Puts on his claws. I'm a dragon.
Ah.
All right, guys.
All right.
See you next week.
Bye.
Yeah, have a good night, y'all.